Live. Oh, hello everybody. I hope you're having a lovely day. Well, wealth and inequality in the United Kingdom is, climbing, and it threatens to return places like Middlesbrough to an age of Dickens, I suppose. That is, and they have lots. Hello everybody.
But
I hope
I
you're
can
having
hear
a lovely
myself.
day.
Oh, crap, I do that
Well,
every time.
Wealth and inequality
Well.
in the United. Anyone can go live on it. Oh, great! I'm live in the shorts. Hello there in the short feed. Well, today we're going to be talking about wealth inequality, and maybe we could do something about it. Maybe. No, probably not. But anyway, you see, in the United Kingdom, income inequality is climbing, and it's threatening to return places like Middlesbrough to an age of Dickens and of the haves and the have-nots and what have you. As for instance, South Tees Industrial Park is a spot where the government is trying to boost tech. They say that's what they're trying to tell us. Yeah, post Brexit benefits and all that. You know what happened to British Volt? Okay, it got bought up by an Australian company who got raided for corruption or something like that. I don't know what's happened with it now. I know we've got Tata Steel that's leaving. Unfortunately. Well, not exactly leaving, but you know, they're getting rid of about 3,000 jobs. So, yeah, that ain't great either. But you see, Safety's Industrial Park is a spot where the government wants to try and boost tech. So that's what they tell us anyway. And light industry and what have you. So a bit of financial help, a bit of direct foreign investment. Actually, no, maybe no direct foreign investment. Maybe it'll be taxpayers' money. Oh, actually, no. British Volt didn't even get that either, did they? They were promised 100 million, but that didn't happen. No. Well, it's all far cry anyway from the days of bustling steelworks and what have you, and when these areas were part of England's booming middle classes, sort of born from World War II's aftermath and growing strong through the through the years that followed, post-war, what have you, build the economy, maybe join the European Union. Well, it wasn't the European Union back then; you got market and all that, but you know, we were the sick man of Europe, weren't we? But you see, nowadays, folks in Middlesbrough, they are feeling the squeeze. Well, it isn't just Middlesbrough, it's the whole of the UK now. Much like the middle classes right across the UK, and even in the United States, Ginger's Draft, are worrying about what the future holds. Got Donald Trump now, he's looking like he's going to be the candidate for the Republicans in the election race, and some polls are suggesting that Donald Trump is going to win. Now, that is a frightening thought. So much for NATO. Well, you see, one chilling evening outside Middlesbrough Town Hall 2 years ago, you could cut the tension with a knife, and the local government was inside, hashing out how national spending cuts could hit their budget hard. Well, you see, we're now coming to, tomorrow? Budget. Jeremy Hunt is going to announce more spending cuts and tax cuts at the same time. I don't know how that quite works out. But anyway, that's what he's suggesting. He says he's going to be responsible. Well, I was just telling Lauren Kuntensberg, what her name is, this morning. But none of it really rings true, does it? Because I think we're all kind of too long on the tooth now, and I don't think the British public are listening anymore because, quite frankly, we don't believe a word that comes out of their mouths, and they made such a hash of it in the last 14 odd years. We had a national debt of 770 odd billion. Oh, that would be bad, would it? Billion. And they told us we should have austerity, save the pennies, pay off the debt. And our national debt is 2.7 trillion, unfortunately. So that didn't pan out, did it? And everybody's feeling the pinch of having their wages frozen. And now, Jerry Hunt, apparently, is going to freeze the minimum that you're allowed to earn before you pay taxes. What's called now? Crikey. Going to be frozen for a few years. I don't know if Labour will do anything about it. I don't know. But Labour said in the past, well, we can't undo everything the Tories have done. We could be too busy trying to make Brexit work.
Kipper.
Oh, well, you see. That's just one way of actually making the pensioners, state pensioners, start paying income tax on their pensions. As wages increase over a period of time, we're going to end up finding that we're going to be paying more taxes on your income, and the working class is already squeezed. The middle classes are squeezed because we keep feeding the money up. We keep just handing it to those rich buggers, making them richer. We are part of the problem, you know. Until we start realising, start accepting that we are part of the problem, we're never going to be able to sort it. Just ain't going to happen, though. Anyway, who's in the chat? And Top Smoke, I haven't banned you. I don't know where you got that idea from. He says, I've been banned. Marcus is an agent of a British state, apparently. I'm no agent of the British state, no. Okay. Well, I hope the sound's a bit better this time, because last time I went live in the short feed, yes, I was informed that the sound was bad, and I disconnected from the live. Yes, I stopped being live on the short feed. I realised I hadn't plugged the audio cable in properly. So that would explain it. So I do apologise for that. So hopefully the audio is good in the this is the skinny one. That's me. I don't think so. I seriously need to go on a diet, Brian. I hope you like your sign. All Shorts, you're not streaming on your main live feed. I am. It says I'm gonna check. I am. I seriously need to go on a diet, Brian. I hope you like your sign. Are you sure? Because I called this I am. I don't know what's going on if you can't see it. Am I in the... Okay, let me just check in the... Right. I've been banned. I'm going down to the bottom. Let's put us into live chat on the main feed. And then, not the short feed, the main feed. Oh, can I put you into live chat as well? There we go. I'm in both, says Brian. So that is okay. All right, thank you. What do you mean, Marcus Hour? What are you trying to say? Have I got a reputation or something? Right, we've got timestamps on there. That is good. Can I do timestamps on this one? No, it doesn't let you on short feed. Never mind. Okay, any more moaning like that, preface, and I'll give myself a life ban. I haven't banned you, Top Smoke. Not yet, anyway. Maybe that'll come later, if you don't behave yourself. Oh, so we've got Lee Cornett. Hope you're well, my friend, and hope your family and your dad's well. How about all the children that have to move home to mum and dad, or move back home to mum and dad? I'm sure they've noticed. Yeah, I couldn't. Okay, my parents are gone now, but I could not imagine living with my parents. But it's like the bank of mum and dad now, isn't it? You know. You don't have a lot of luck with me, though. I'll tell you, I got no money. Billy Kershaw says extreme government proposes ban on mirrors. What? Compact or? Did he? Any more burning like that? There we come. Play the George Galloway Sky interview in full and give him a pay rise. Yeah, I've got that here as well. And also the Byline Times little documentary by that young lad. I forgot his name, but he's really very good indeed. I'll try and stay away from the second class stream. I have standards, says Mark's biggest fan. Well, we have 18 people in the second class stream. Second class stream. Oh, well. I didn't say that's what they said. Right, so there we come there. Okie dokie. Oh no, you're welcome, Brian. You're welcome. It was my pleasure. Reflective mirrors. Extreme government proposed ban on mirrors. Jeanette Carpenter, the people who have voted for other refugs are either going to refugs. I talk about the Reform Party. Oh my God! Did anyone see Richard Tice? Did you see Richard Tice in the short feed? He wasn't very happy. He was having a hissy fit. He was, yeah, in the Reform Party. Oh, it's like it was a scandal. He was saying, "Boy, what the hell's that all about?" It's like a little kid. He didn't get his sweeties. Refugs are running scared. They could lose state legislators. Scrolling up. Who I missed? Hello, Gingers. Hope you're well. Income inequality has always been it. Yes, it's been going on for donkey's years. I know, but it's getting worse and worse and worse. And the middle classes have really been eroded out now. It's just... I actually think we're part of the problem. I think our habits and the way that we decided to... in fact, it's a bit of entrapment as well, actually. Not actually support industry, as in small industries. I know the green arguments. I know the greengrocers, for instance. You know, we used to. I remember growing up, we had our greengrocer. Okay, we didn't go to a supermarket. That didn't come until later. Even when we kept my about 12, 13 years of our age, we didn't have Tesco's or anything like that. We used to go to our greengrocer, our local shops. And that's sported industry. And you're talking, you know, I like to say those spokes in a wheel. And when you've got all those spokes in that wheel, you've got something that's going to run in balance, and you've got an economy that can potentially work, and it funds itself and it funds all the people that are involved. Get a bit slice of that pie.
That is a disgrace.
Sorry. I did have to do that. Although, it's to me it's just sensible. But now what we've done is we've put all the eggs in one basket, or are they food baskets, monopolies really, in the form of supermarkets, and whether it be the Tesco's, the Asda's, the Waitrose, or Asda's was it's they've all just got too much control over us now. And they don't just sell us the, lettuce.
That is a disgrace.
Sorry. Anyway, they don't just sell things like lettuces and pork markets and stuff like that. No, they no, it's like it's a pharmacy. It's for your holiday, your car insurance, and they're just gobbling up every single little industry all under one umbrella. Now we like to think, okay, we'll get money off. It'll be cheaper. Our insurance is going to be cheaper. Our mobile phones will be cheaper. We'll get Tesco, it'll be cheaper. You see, and we'll get points. Yeah, we'll get points just so they know what we're buying, so they can sell us more shit by pushing more shit at us because they've got all our data. You see, they can sell that data on and make more money. It's the new gold. You see, yeah, we are part of the problem. But it's very difficult to do anything about it when you've got no money in your pockets. So obviously, you've got to try and save. What are we supposed to do? It's almost like we're trapped. Now, I still buy things from Amazon, but I hate it. I buy from Amazon because I don't have I'm in the middle of France, rural France. There's no shops around here. Even our local town, you won't find what I need in our local town. I have to buy it online and get it delivered. Very little tech stuff, you see. So, what do? Yet we still keep passing more money up that chain to people who aren't even paying taxes in the country. Jeff Bezos, for instance, he paid, 0.98% tax on his money? Well, obviously that money ain't floating down, is it? For Amazon... I think Amazon in the EU, it was like 44 billion they turned over or something like that. But they paid no tax. They showed a loss. Just because of the way they structure their business. So no taxes are getting paid in the EU apart from obviously the little people. The little people. delivering your goods, you know, in the gig economy, what have you, they're paying their taxes and what have you, but corporation tax doesn't, none of it. Not on Amazon. No. Only the support industries that support Amazon. So it's just one of them things, I suppose. Something just got to suck it up and say, okay, that, you know, you can't worry about that. It's just one of them things, isn't it, you know? But I think we can do something about it. I think we could squeeze these people, whether it be through legislation, whether it be through the actual the Chancellor of the Exchequer and what have you, putting more responsibility through taxation on these companies. Oh, that's a no-brainer, isn't it? Oh no, they're all going to leave. They'll all run away, they will. Of course they bloomin' won't. You'll get some flee. They're all going to go. They've got families and what have you here and that, and businesses and industries in the UK. They can't just all just bugger off. They're still going to be paying corporation taxes and what have you. Some will leave, obviously. Some people will leave. It's tough. We're not talking about huge amounts of money, you know, robbing them blind. We're just saying that those up top there should be paying a little bit more to compensate for those who can only pay a little bit or nothing at all. Help provide the services required for those who haven't got. Why is it so difficult to understand or comprehend that? You see, the thing about greed is just, it's self-propagating. For instance, if you're a greedy person, you always want more. Even though you've got everything, you always want more. And my brother-in-law was like that, one of them anyway. The other one's just, oh my God, I did a video about him recently, actually. He's a right scumbag. To be fair, my other brother-in-law's a scumbag and all, but he's a different kind of scumbag. He's kind of the bit of a grifter type, you know. He's a bit like Galloway. It's like George Galloway. That's what, yeah. Younger version of George Galloway, grifter. He goes where he thinks he's going to get popular, where he's going to get support. Oh, I know. I'll support the Muslims because they've been victimised. Actually, not because they've been victimised, because I can gain their vote and gain their support. You see, that's just so blindly obvious. And my brother-in-law, I say, he's a very greedy person, to the point where he ripped off his mother and father by, well, 3 years ago, this was about £38,000 for a property sale, and actually doctored the paperwork from the solicitors, Hansel solicitors. You know, obviously fraud, to fool them to think that no money was made on this property, just so he could earn more money. Well, they did it so he could take more money. Tell you something, I've got a funny family, I'll tell you. I'm quite lucky that Caroline, she's the sweetest soul. She really is with their missus. But their brothers, oh my God, they are right scumbags. The oldest brother would stand there. So he'd go out stealing cars, what have you. I mentioned this before, actually. Go out stealing cars while his kids were expected to be on lookout. They were in tots. So stealing cars or stealing the radios or whatever he finds in there, in the car. I've been out with him. I thought, what the hell is going on here? I was really naive. I was quite young, obviously, but I was very naive. Boy, I knew it. There was wiggling a key in a side of a 3 litre, I think it was a 3 litre Capri. Yeah, it was 3 litre, white one, I remember now. Was it brown? Oh, crikey. Anyway, he's wiggling the key, an old Ford key in the door, and the door opens, he gets in there, and 2 seconds later, he's off. He's gone. In his car. I don't suppose it's quite as easy these days unless you've got a full transit and a tennis ball. You know? It's just these people, it's just... See, there wasn't for necessity with people like that. That's because it was a desire. For him, it was like, it was the thrill of it all, as well as getting a bit of money, but it was the thrill. It excited him. It's like grifters, you see. It's like these people who want more and more and more and more money. That is the thrill. An adrenaline rush. Like some people who go out shoplifting, it's not necessarily because they need the money. Some people do it because it's the thrill, the adrenaline rush it gives them. They got away with something. And then you got those who do it because they have to. Those at the bottom who steal baby milk, which has now been put into security, having those security things on. That Lurpak butter and cheese, put in little plastic boxes now in the UK, because it's been stolen, because people are starving. While those at the top are the real thieves, the real crooks out there. Spending your money, really, money that you've given them because you had no other choice, there's no other options, because they've eradicated all the options for you. And, yeah, spend it on, I don't know, rocket ships. It's frustrating, and there's people out there, like for instance yesterday, me and the missus went to the supermarket, and I can't remember what it's called now, but it's once a year this happens, just around this sort of time, charity, and basically you put, they give you a bag, and you can buy, you can buy bits and pieces, put in the bag, give it to them, so they can feed the homeless and what have you, and those who haven't got anything. So kind of a bit like the food banks in the UK, what have you. And it's quite a nice thing to do, and actually, it does, by doing something like that, giving, it gives you a bit of a warm, fuzzy feeling inside, because you feel that you're doing some good, but it's minuscule in relationship to what actually really needs to be done. And I know it's a long-term thing, it's not going to happen overnight. We've got to do it over a period of time. It's never going to happen, because you just get disappointment, you see. If we just think, okay, we're going to make changes now, everything's going to change now. But it ain't, is it? No, you can't you can't fix things with sudden changes in your long-term goals. But we've got governments already in for 5 years, and they don't care. All they're thinking about is the next general election. If they get in, if they don't, well then it's no long-term thinking. As soon as Xi Jinping, oh crikey, Chinese Communist Party, what have you, CCP, they have long-term thinking. But it's also scuppering us, because we still keep wanting to buy things from, at the lowest price possible, but we buy a lot of shit that we don't need. If we just cut out the shit we don't need, it would make a massive difference. Stop buying the plastic shit for your kids and whatever they don't need. Packaging, oh my god. Huge business, huge industry. But we've been trapped, because that's all that's on offer now in all these supermarkets. Actually, to be fair, not so much in France. You see more food open to put in your paper bags and what have you than you do in packets here in France, where we live in France anyway. Whereas I was having this conversation with my youngest daughter, and she sent me pictures of your supermarkets in the UK, and everything's in plastic. But you've been trapped into that. Where are the options? There's not enough options to make different choices. That's what we have to put the pressure on, not on government, but on industry, by maybe not buying stuff, maybe going without sometimes, to put pressure on them. Because at the end of the day, they think that's what we want. Or it's easier for them to sell it to us. Or they like our apples. They think we like our apples all covered in wax because they've got to travel 1,000 miles or whatever it might be. So anyway, I digressed. I think I went off on one. Anyway, let's just check the chat. Oh, the chat's still up, didn't he? Oh, dear me. All right, and then the chat down here. We've got Windy Worm. Hello, Windy Worm. And Leslie. Hello, Leslie. Hope you well. Yes, I got scrolled up. Yes, in the hindsight, I was never bought that shit. Good. Don't want it. I wasn't either, because, we got rubbish food and stuff. I was quite fortunate. My mum, she was one to cook and what have you. But it's the thing, you see, when we were growing up, I'm not saying it should be exactly like this. We need the balance, We need both families and what have you. That's how I feel. One income should be able to sustain a family. But then why not share the responsibility? So we've got one income shared between two people. So then we can share the responsibilities in the family, whether it be the cooking, whether it be changing the nappies or stuff, bathing the babies and stuff like that. So we can share our responsibilities. We don't have to be misogynistic about it. We can, we all work on, we work together as a team. And if we do extra work and what have you, it's all a bonus. And, maybe go on extra holidays and stuff like that. We shouldn't have to do 2 jobs plus extra time just to pay the bills. It shouldn't be like that. It didn't used to be like that. I'm not going back and just, I remember the good old days. Oh, now we all had rickets. Typhoid. No, I'm not talking about that at all. It's just certain elements of how we brought up back then, I think was better. I just do. Not all of it, obviously. It's. But now we have, and also we have so much stuff now. We do have so much stuff. And when you've got a lot of stuff, it's very hard to let go of it. Whether it be in the form of subscriptions for, I don't know, Netflix or stuff like that. Because that'd be the latest argument of flat screen TVs. That's what the right wing likes to tell. Oh, they all got flat screen TVs and iPhones. You can't even do your taxes without some form of internet connection these days. No. I can't hear either in France. It must be done. All my taxes have to be done online. Log in. You just got to do it. This is how it is. So most people need that kind of kit, but it's been forced upon us. But all this stuff, it all kind of stops us being able to sustain ourselves as a society, is the way I see it. And it's a crying shame. I think it's really, really sad. We've got no time for each other anymore because we're all working every single minute, every spare minute. The parents come home, they, shove some food down the kids' mouths, send them to bed, and then you collapse on the sofa because you're knackered. And it's just rinse and repeat, day after day after day. I don't see the logic. Because this is not sustainable. No wonder people are so depressed. The mental health. That's on the negative mental health is on the rise. People aren't happy. People are angry. Always looking for someone to blame. So we've got Brexit because we're looking for something. Just want something to blame. Instead of blaming the real cause of what's going on around us. The erosion of the middle class, the poor are getting destitute. The thinning out of the middle class is not completely gone, obviously. Thinning out of the middle classes, the working classes, what have you, and less disposable income, which has the same because the people in the middle, the people at the bottom and the people in the middle, the ones who spend the money more local, more, we don't go, I don't know, buy, a ledger, what have you, from overseas, do we? No. We go to the pictures, or some people go to McDonald's, I don't know why, but some that sort of thing. Spend money locally. Well, no, that money all gets shifted abroad as well. But at least it's people getting wages, I suppose. You got the workers, flipping the burgers. Unfortunately, it's just a sign of the time. How do we pull ourselves out of there? Well, you go back to Middlesbrough and what have you. For instance, when national spending cuts, what have you, the town councils now got no blooming money, and now they're being told again that they're going to be making some cuts for the local councils, and they can't stretch any further. They've already been squeezed, so the budgets have been hit hard. Now, a lot of businesses and people no longer, industry, what have you. Look at the have you looked at the high street? Who owns all those businesses? Who owns all those not businesses, but all the buildings that those businesses operate out of? It's either, some of them obviously be the council, but majority of them are just property tycoons, big industry, investors, just buying properties, sit on it and sell it on. Now I used to do a lot of work for my company used to do a lot of grounds maintenance work. Property maintenance for 2 property basically it's bought anyone know Norwich, there's the Spa on Elsham Road and places like that. What we used to maintain all that, and it's just they just bought it, they sat on it, do the usual bits and pieces. They live it 5 years and then they sell it on again. It's just that's how they do it, they make huge amounts of money, and people owning these places have. But they're not English, British, not British, no, from overseas. Just buying stuff and probably ask older companies again, isn't it? So you'll pay no taxes when they sell it. It's just the usual story again and again and again. Actually, to be fair, back then they probably. Oh, actually, no, there was asset holding companies. That was David Cameron got rid of the asset holding companies, and then Boris Johnson brought them back in again. I wonder why. It was Russian friends, probably. Buying up London. Was it Londongrad, they call it? See, the people in these towns, they all depend on a lot of government cash and what have you, just keep things running smoothly. Whether it be services or whether it be individuals working for the councils. Now, when I was I used to work did a lot for City Care and what have you in Norwich, and we used to be one of the subcontractors, but most of the stuff was handled in house. Then it all got basically it got shipped out. The companies, it wasn't Servco, but it was like Servco. Actually, they went bankrupt within the year. What they call them, Morrisons? I think it was Morrisons. Not the supermarket, not supermarkets, but I think it's called Morrisons. Anyway, they went bankrupt within about a year because basically they put a price in too low. They couldn't sustain it, but they had to maintain the contracts, and everything fell apart. And I think City Care, the original company, it was all privatised in the end. City Care used to be run by the city, then they got privatised. But they got called back in again at a much higher rate than what they were charging before. There's no sense in it. So this scene sort of set not just across sort of Middlesbrough and places, but it's across England and Wales, Scotland, and as the country's going to be grappled with budget deficits, and the government's plan to trim it even further through more austerity cuts. It's pretty much what he's talking about. And I'm watching this morning on Sky. Was it yesterday? What was yesterday? But anyway, I was watching them on Sky. What was it this morning? That was this morning. Sorry. I went Laura. That was the other one. Oh. No. So we've already got tough times, haven't we? You know, I think most people are finding that they've got less money in their pocket than they had before. Investments aren't really paying off, are they, as they once were? So it's tough times for people when they're clinging on to their jobs as well, and they're trying to. Because even though there's not enough people to do the work in the UK, we haven't got the jobs. It doesn't make sense. We've got 300,000 less jobs in the UK. Yeah, we haven't got the people to do the jobs, which doesn't kind of make any sense. So it's a tough time anyway, and people clinging on. No, the gap between the rich and the poor here, well, it's stark, right, isn't it? With Britain ranking the worst in 3/4 of the top industrial nations in terms of inequality, according to the latest stats of the OECD, yeah. That's what gives you an idea of how intense this inequality is. And for instance, like some yearly council's subsidy was around £400,000. It's right in my head now. And it kept 40 odd jobs going, what have you. And they compare that to the average the average bonus of 400,000 at Goldman Sachs, for instance. This was last year, not last year, year before, 2021, I think it was. And it just we've got water companies, CEOs of water companies that are pumping shit into our rivers and seas, getting like £2 million, £3 million bonuses. Even the accountants getting their £1 million bonuses. How is that right? That's your money. But you're trapped, you see. Again, with the water authorities, it's not like electric, isn't it? You've got no choice. You have to buy from whoever's supplying your water. But it's been privatised. It just feels really wrong. Well, it is wrong, isn't it, in the day? This is the country's infrastructure that's been eroded by the rich again. Water companies, for instance, at 70 odd billion in dividends are being paid out over the years. So, how do we make things better? So we've got to tackle this issue of wealth inequality head on, really. I think we have to, you have to make strong decisions. But right now, it's all flipping skyrocket. It's all getting out of control. And if we don't do something to at least stop it from growing even further, or just slow it down somewhat, it's just going to get worse. The rich are going to own absolutely blooming everything, including your house, including your mortgage and your borrowing and what have you. They own all that, and you're paying them a dividend for that, the interest and what have you. Now, I've talked about quite a lot recently regarding erosion of the middle classes and what have you, and it seems to be a favourite family topic at the moment as well. It's a bit boring, I know. But it's blindly obvious. Now, you have to agree or not, really. It doesn't make any difference, but it's crucial, to understand that 10-15% of the accumulated, 10%, of the richest in the UK accumulating all the flipping wealth. And we're filling their boots. What? Why? Why are we doing that? Because we're trapped. And the money's got to come from somewhere, you see. And it's clearly coming from us. And you consider the direct foreign investment. I think that's down by about 6.4% last year. I think in 2022 it was 6.4%, and that's growing. That divide is growing as well. So we're just trying to recirculate our own money while it's being filtered off at the same time. It's being extracted, like funneling. It's being sucked out of the country, which means it's not recirculating, which means it's not ending up in your pockets for you to spend and keeping that whole circle going, spokes in the wheel again. Now, sounds a bit odd, but for instance, it was the latest thing I heard recently this week. You go hard on the not for the EU labelling. That's also going to squeeze direct foreign investment into the UK. It's going to make us less appealing. I can hear my dog. Oh dear! I want to grab my dog. Come here, Wally. Come on, boy. That's just my dog. It's my little Wally. Then we'll check the chats. Duo chat. There you go. Oh, I've got another dog coming now. Oh, blimey. Where is it? Dora. Oh, baby girl. Can you get... You can make an effort. Oh, gosh. She never makes an effort, that one, don't. There'll be a Sebastian in a minute. So anyway, back in the chat. It's too depressing. I'm going to go and slip my wrists. Okay? Is that alright? Right, let's look at this chat down there first. Windy Worm says, nationalised industries have the unique facility of making long-term investments and future-proofing the industries because they're not spending their own money. But it's the only way to make it work. Well, maybe... Oh, crikey, who was it now? I think it's Korean. That Korean investment guy basically said you literally just... you never... Everything's debt. You just work with debt all the time. If you're not old in the next 20 years... If you're not old in the next 20 years, I'd be seriously worried. There we go. Let's have a look. Leslie saying she works in the NHS and it's just a sticking plaster now. Soon there will be no funds for social work, elderly care or mental health. Only acute care will be taken care of and very little aftercare. I don't even remember, Leslie. I think it was last year. They cut the amount of procedures that were done under NHS, and then this year it's trying to tell us that the waiting lists have gone down. Well, they haven't. We just reduced our services, so obviously waiting lists would have gone down. But I don't know if they have anyway, because he lies through his flipping teeth, just like Jeremy Hunt was saying that the UK's growth is better than the G7, than any country in the G7. So I don't know where you got that one from. Plucked it out of the air, I reckon. Hello, Jeremy. Oh, it's Jeremy Hansen. Hey, will they just... hey, will you just be sure to make sure it's fully open so when the sticky poot comes out, it's nice and eggy? What the hell was that about? What? I don't get that comment. Sorry. Something about sticky poo and eggy. I don't know what's that. I suppose that is a short feed. You're bound to get it, aren't you? There's definitely a widening gap between the rich and the rest, most definitely. Greetings from Belgium. Hello. Sander Legate in Belgium. Hello there. Hope you well. Hammerbunk 33. Hello. It's in the short feed as well. There we go. Scotland. Scotland needs its independence. You've got to get out of this flippin' mess. You've got your own mess to deal with. Get your own mess sorted out, and then you at least won't have our mess. Our mess is like crikey. Oh, out the frying pan into another one. I think even with Labour. Don't get me wrong. I'm probably gonna be voting Labour, but the graphics are better on the main, so I can leave this one with no volume and watch the main. Cheers, buddy. Anyway, what we got in the main feed on the live chat? Scrolling down. Scrolling down. We are. Blimey, that make you go dizzy. Oh, maybe. So, not everyone needs a useless degree. I got a degree. I'll just show it. I'll prove it to you. Where's my picture of my funny hat? My waterport. What have I done with that? Oh, what's my fault? Oh, crikey. Oh, the missus is coming in. Hello, missus. Do you want something to put like that one, dear? I'll put that over there then. Oh, thank you, darling. That's my dear wife. She's bringing me drinks. She is. Yeah. Herbal tea. I've already got a beer. See, no, that's one of them. Yeah. I've got 17 distinctions. What done? I've got Sebastian now. I've got to give him his treat. All the dogs are hounding me now. It's treat time again. There's a Dora. She's got one over there. There's a Wally. One over there behind you, Wally. And Bear. That was a treat. I'm sure my Wally's eyesight is going. Right, okay. So, I just love how these people try to tell you you're better off renting. I think it depends on the market, doesn't it, really? And depends whether you can invest your money better than actually in bricks and mortar. The thing is, in the UK, have I got sawdust in my hat? I haven't I? I was shaving. The thing about in the UK, the property market is artificially high because there's just not enough properties. It's just not enough to go around. So even though the property, the economy's been squeezed, people got no choice to buy, and it's just the rich people are buying. Now, I reckon we're going to see this year. We're going to see the property market actually go up. It went down by about 15%, so I suppose it needs to. Hello, Joel Marios. Hope you're well. Well, we just don't think about the market shares, both in the importations, exportation. UK has lost by now, and that is depressing. It's all very depressing. Oh. I've got to just pick a happy topic. Have I got something funny to show you? I probably have. Not everyone needs a useless degree. I've got one, and it is pretty useless. It just sits there and looks pretty. But I'll tell you what I did do. I did learn a lot. And I've used what I've learned on other stuff that I do. So it opens your mind up to different things. You think about things more laterally. Do you know what I mean? So it just opens your mind up. I think so. I hope so, anyway. So I'm just stupid. If I was younger, says Phone Box Chicken, and more dynamic, I'd leave the country. However, I'm middle-aged and I have no real skills. Do you know what? Coming on to you say real skills. Who's going to rebuild the country when we've got nobody to build it with? We're cut off. Okay, we're cut off people from the EU, haven't we? Regarding Polish remains or whatever. Yeah, brickies, what have you. Can't just join us to build these properties. We talked about this before. So they're not coming now. We're not training enough. But also, people, the youngsters leaving school, they're not just, I'm going to train to be a bricklayer. No, they've got more sense. They don't want blisters. No. What they're doing, they become influencers. And even people like me, I don't really build much for people anymore. So now I'm out of the market. So I'm no longer creating stuff. I'm no longer building houses or extensions or loft conversions or whatever. I'm no longer doing that kind of thing or making, well, I'll do a bit of woodwork and what have you, but even now. But that's not how I spend most of my time. And more people are pulling away from that kind of work. How many people have moved away from their actual skill set into, I don't know, arguably say, the gig economy, or during the pandemic and what have you, and then they haven't gone back because they found it's less stressful. It's who's going to build the stuff? Who's going to build the houses and the homes? Not everything can be built by robots. Your 3D printed houses, mind, they're already doing that, which is quite interesting, I must say. That's such a mess. It really is. Now, where was I? Chat. Where's the chat back up? Alright, chat back up. There we go. So, not everyone's used to useless degrees. I like my degrees. I got to wear mortarboard, and I kind of proved to myself that I wasn't quite as thick as I thought I was. I don't have a degree, but I do have people with master's degree reporting to me. Says Ryan McGuire. Gingers, I've always enjoyed history. My useless degree is in English writing. But, you could be like Donald Trump or something like that. Otherwise, you say, Gingers, I don't think he's got a degree. No, he's got one of them Trump diplomas, isn't he? Billy Kershaw says, Steady Marcus, you're going to say the A word. Well, not the B word. I'm illiterate and uneducated, but the love of my life is a seasoned professor and very tasty. Oh, and she dumped me. Oh. Sorry. So, renting here in Prague is less than half of what a mortgage would be. And that said, I would have brought outright as... Yeah, that's the thing, I suppose, isn't it? It depends where you are. See, the property market in the UK is pretty much always growing to some degree. Unless you get a heavy recession. We're in a recession, but apparently we're just sort of in a technical recession. That's what it was. Yeah, we were in a technical recession. How many skill sets will survive an AI degree or not? Oh, Craig, I forgot about AI. That's what you were talking about. The A word. Academic grade. No, definitely not. This is where more skills-based are going to become more and more important, or maybe more people take it up, maybe because of it. But now we're talking about AI being incorporated in with ChatGPT being incorporated into robotics. That's if Elon Musk doesn't sue them. Yeah, he's suing ChatGPT. God. I knew a few Polish guys who was a computer engineer, a professor, and was packing boxes in a biscuit factory because it paid better. That's so true. So many people have done that. And also, you don't break your back do so much, I don't think. Most of my health, other than the fact I'm overweight, most of my health problems are from my work. Joint problems and stuff like that. Bugs your ankles up, bugs your elbows up, bugs your hands up, carpal tunnel syndrome and all that. It's, somebody's got to build the stuff, haven't they? So will it be robots? Who knows? Apprenticeships, yeah, bring back proper apprenticeships. 6 years. That's what my father had to do. 6 years to train as a carpenter. 6 years. It's a long while. Oh. My useless degree is in engineering, and I need to run from work. It chases you everywhere. If you wish to support All Shorts, please. Oh yeah, we've got a support channel. There's the super chats and what have you, but also we've got the Patreon and various other things as well. Well, links in the description anyway. Or there's the super chat's just there if you want to support the channel. But yeah, boop. The old like button, that helps the channel, you know. A higher level factory work degrees in anything are valuable. I think it changes your mindset. It changes who you are as a person. It opens your mind up. When I went first day when I was doing my degree, Mark, who was one of the tutors at university, he basically said I was late on my first day. I was late. Okay. He said, Mark, let's go to the library. And I want you to write this about Vermeer, you know, artist. And that's the best thing he could have done. Because I love art anyway, and I was, yeah, textures, and it's fantastic. Mad Monk, there is no super chat button on my feed tonight. No super chat button. Why isn't there a super chat button? I don't know. I wouldn't see it because I'm logged in to my own things. I wouldn't have one, would I? I can't super chat myself. Be quite interesting if I could. My apprenticeship was 4 to 5 years. Well, when I did my courses, that they weren't apprenticeships. No, but they weren't apprenticeships back when I did mine. It was just literally either day release at the colleges. For instance, when I was doing electrical installation, you work all week, and one day I was at the college. That's pretty much the same with most of them. Yeah. Hard work. Working on the tools is hard graft. Don't be wrong, I loved working on tools, woodworking and stuff like that. I always loved that sort of thing. Electrical installations, though, alarm work, and that sort of thing wasn't physically hard work, but you end up in those horrible places. You always got to go down the old rabbit warrens and what have you, feeding cables and what have you. Because I was quite small, I was the one within the crawl space. You don't see them at the top there doing things like that, do you? It's just people like us doing all the hard graft, putting the money in their pockets. So how the hell are we going to fix this? Huh? Makes you wonder, doesn't it? We've got to figure out the practical steps to reduce and stabilise wealth inequality, and rally enough public support to make these steps even possible. Because unless we can get everybody to say, "Hang on, there's a problem here, and we need to deal with it," nothing's going to happen. You know, it's the same with Brexit. You know, unless we get everyone rallying around, we've got to rejoin the European Union. I know it's not going to happen, but we're going to rejoin the European Union. We need to do it. Unless you've got enough public support, it's never going to happen. Public support is the only thing that will push a government into making decisions that benefit or do what the people want, even if it's not in their best interests. Like, for instance, we got Brexit in the first place. They're hoodwinked into that one, but you know, the hoodwinking bit I don't really accept, because the information was out there, but people chose not to listen to it because they felt that it sounded good. They liked the sound of that. Keep out all the if you know what I mean. I know not everyone who voted Brexit is a racist, but every racist voted for Brexit. Anyway, winning one battle without the other regarding the economy, that is well, it's pointless. Absolutely pointless. The Jeremy Hunt, all racial V's, could have the best flippin' tax plan, but without the public backing, it's going to go nowhere. Similarly, enthusiastic support means little if the solutions don't actually work. We have to take some kind of some responsibility. Just like the Brexiters shouting their own flipping feet. If we keep buying from the likes, like I said before, Amazon and what have you, and major corporations, because we've allowed them to erode our choices. We haven't, like I say, I mentioned earlier, but we haven't been supporting our local stores and what have you, have we? You know, some people have, but not everybody. Buying where it's cheap, obviously. Got no money because their pockets have been squeezed. They knew exactly what to do, didn't they? Now Tesco's have pretty much made and others have pretty much made them extinct now. And all we're seeing in the high street is how all the shops are closing down or shutting up shop or boarded up. Now we need more spokes in the wheels, because if one spoke breaks, it's just a ripple. But today we have major organisations collapsing, taking the livelihoods of the working classes and other support industries. If they haven't collapsed, they've relocated. How many industries have moved abroad now? Left the United Kingdom. And not how many industries? We know the fishing industry's been scuppered. We know the farmers are protesting in Kent at the moment. Shoot yourself in the foot again. But what about I don't know, the Scots and their potatoes, their seed potatoes. They used to be able to export them into the EU. They can't do that now. Industries are just being undermined by Brexit. Right across the board. It's not just Brexit, is it? It's this government as a whole. Our Chest Phil McCracken has gifted 5 ALLSHORTS memberships. And I saw another one as well. And Alistair McKay has gifted ALLSHORTS memberships. Oh, excellent. Oh, brilliant. Nice one. Thank you. Oh, that's pretty cool. You see, I suppose the first thing, or the first step of diffusing this, I suppose it's like a ticking time bomb, is accepting the causes of such an economic funnel that's literally just benefiting the richest in society. Well, half the time they're not in society, most of the time they're abroad, aren't they? These people, they care absolutely nothing about work, all the working classes, middle classes, no. They just see everything as assets, and who owns everything, and who owns your debts and your mortgages, and who you pay interest to. A lot of that wealth that they're reinvesting is often inherited wealth, is just hoarded wealth. All you're doing is moving from one major bank account to another. So even the infrastructure has been sold off, and like I know, the carriages on the railways, or even the flipping rail track. You see, the infrastructure is just disappearing, and these real estate tycoons are just the offices, the high rises, like the Gherkin, or the Canary Wharf, or something like that. They're all short-term buyers. They don't have them forever. They move them, just shift them. Make a wad of money until they reinvest that money in another investment, but that money never gets recirculated. Just moves from one bank account to another. Doesn't benefit anybody apart from the people at the top. And they use that money, those assets. They use that assets to be able to take up massive loans to reinvest again, and that's rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Sucking or extracting property away from those in the middle. They no longer own anything. They're being pushed down into poverty. We've got, as well as I do, we've got doctors and nurses struggling. They were thought to be high earners, what have you. Now they can't pay their bills because the cost of living has just got completely out of control. Even when the start of the energy crisis, the money that was given by the government, which is not really given by the government, it's given by you because it's taxpayers' money. It's been added to the national debt. Where'd that money go? It just went up, didn't it? Into the hands of the likes of Shell and what have you, BP. We blamed the energy providers, the energy companies, but it wasn't really them. They're just the middlemen. They didn't buy the fuel. They didn't produce the fuel, import the fuel, sorry. They buy shares of it and sell it on. The brokers. So it's very frustrating. So everything we own, we're either paying rent on or borrow money, and it just ends up with these in the pockets of these rich bugs. Not in their pockets, in their bank accounts, because they don't spend it. They just hoard it. They're just hoarders. You know, counting house, counting their money. If it's not rented, you're gonna have a mortgage. They own the loan. You pay them more money. They're sitting on the wealth, and they do absolutely nothing but wait for you just to fill their coffers. We're all part of the problem. Unfortunately, we're trapped. So maybe this trust was right. Oh yeah, did I say it? Oh, blimey! I need support markets.
Pork markets.
It didn't come. Did I get my pork market?
Pork markets.
Shocking. The first reality check that I want everyone to have would be that it's obviously it's not going to be a quick fix. If anyone is willing to fix it, which at the moment they're not, because welfare inequality is growing rapidly, and with it, living standards are dropping just as fast. And expecting immediate improvement is just it's unrealistic, and let's be honest. It just sets you up for massive disappointment. And it's a tough pill to swallow, but you got to recognise, it helps. That may help us to focus on the long game, not Richie Sunak's flipping bollocks. No, it's long game. Oh, it's the long plan. It's the plan. Keep to the plan. Oh, we're in a technical recession. Glazed eye. Well, instead of losing hope in the short-term setbacks, and hopefully we can be a little bit more optimistic and actually look on the long term and actually do something about it. But we have to have willing governments, and the people have to be willing to make changes as well. Now, I find that crying shame when Labour sort of step back from their 28 billion pledge, that diluted somewhat regarding the green economy, because that is an economy. We already know that it's the cheapest form of electricity, for instance, from the wind turbines and solar. It's the cheapest form of electricity. And you invest in the infrastructure, and it's in the country, and we can do local supply. It just makes so much more sense. More sense. Invest in people's homes, get them insulators, what have you, so they can save some money. Also, the money goes back into okay, there'll be a certain amount of losses, obviously, but it gives people jobs. Ordinary folk then pay taxes. That's how we've always done it. It's how we always got ourselves out of recession in the past, is by spending money on either infrastructure or investments, or helping people to spend, or have more, helping them to have more disposable income. It just makes logical sense. But this, obviously, the Tory party's not interested in that. All they're interested in is feathering their own nests and all their crony friends. And Richie Sunak, of course. It's the worst of the lot of me is. So I think we need to sort of focus on the broader conversation. And it's never been as important as today, I don't think, to be honest. Because things are getting dire. If it gets much worse, I wouldn't put it past some people going out on the streets, protesting, not in orange t-shirts, because if you did that, you're going to get locked up. Don't do that. No. Wear a blue one. Or it could be worse than that. It could be civil war, couldn't it, Or riots or something, The thing is, you see, where there's poverty, there's crime. There always is. So when people are desperate, they do things that could provoke violence. Or it be themselves or other people retaliating against them because they're stealing. Now, I know there's always been people stealing. There's always been this, always been that. There's always been violence. But when you intensify it, through the necessity because people just can't live. What are you going to do if you can't? I don't know. I'm going to say you can't feed your kids or what have you. You're going to do whatever you can to feed them, aren't you? It's kind of your responsibility, as you know. If you're a good parent, as far as you're concerned, you're doing the right thing by your kids, even though it is stealing, shoplifting, or what have you. I know I would. If I was in that situation, I would. Or maybe mug a rich person. I don't know. I don't think I've got that in me, to be honest. But people that they're feeling the pinch. People are just feeling the pinch, aren't they? And more and more. And these more now than during the austerity years of the early 2010s to 2014. And that did absolutely nothing concerning the damage it actually caused to the economy and the infrastructure, and the people itself have got less now. But then the economic strain was concentrated on the poorest, and we're seeing that thing. We're seeing it again now. It's just that's a widespread issue, affecting the vast majority, creating, I suppose, a unique opportunity in some ways to build a wide-ranging, maybe, or I'm a bit optimistic here, maybe a wide-ranging political coalition, maybe Reform Party might even be in there. Richard Tice could be there. No, but there's no appetite for it, to be honest. And all I hear is like Liz Truss and her Trussonomics and dodgy Russian money. But despite his bleak outlook, there is, I suppose, there is a bit of a silver lining. If the current economic system's failures are becoming apparent and people waking up to it and know who to blame, I think we're seeing it now. More and more people are saying, are blaming them up the top now. I definitely blame Rishi Sunak. Like they are. It's more apparent. And it's revealing a significant gap now for alternatives. And anyway, however, reaching the masses and convincing them is going to require a concerted effort. Maybe aeroplanes with leaflets. That ain't going to work, is it? No, that's just silly. But it's not going to take just one person, no. Or one YouTube channel. Or others, I don't know. It's going to take it's got to be a constructed approach. But we do need to spread the message. It's a crucial message, I think, really, that we need. I know people, we levelling up and what have you, Michael Gove. My God, what's he been saying recently? Didn't pan out, did it? No. HS2, I was supposed to help level up north. Didn't pan out. Stopped. Cut short. And now they're selling off the land. Well, I don't know if they managed to sell any off yet, to be honest. But well, anyway, convincing them is it's going to require concerted effort. But it's not just about, I don't know, what I believe and what have you. Because at the end of the day, I want to explain how I feel about it and what I believe regarding the erosion of the middle classes. No, it's about each person really taking this sort of understanding and spreading it and within their own circles. Obviously, okay, you're sharing or whatever, but talking about it, writing to our MPs, telling how unhappy we are about it. It's about having the voice, but also having that vote, and obviously that hopefully one day it won't be too far away. It's not going to be May. No, I doubt that somehow. It's going to be at the latest possible moment, or Richie Sunak might change the law. So he gets to stay in. He might do a Xi Jinping on us. But it's not just, like I say, it's not just about my beliefs. It's about actually people coming together and actually making a change between us all, really, and everyone making different choices and also squeezing those at the top, but maybe not spending money with them as well. You know what I mean? Make them have to think, hang on. But they've got so much flipping money. Do they actually really care? Don't think they do. So, community discussions and stuff like that. Okay, I just think it's all small for. I don't see any of that making any difference. Now, Nigel Farage, he made Brexit a reality, didn't he? But it took him a long time. It took a long time to get that referendum vote. You know, it's only when David Cameron thought, oh, crikey, the Conservative Party is at risk now. That referendum vote was the Tory Party's demise. They pulled the rug out from underneath themselves with Brexit. So, but we do need a public demand. And we've got to address wealth inequality, because I think we're heading to almost apocalyptic. It's just, it's speeding up. It's like that snowball down the hill, you know. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and finally it's just going to smash at the bottom, or smash everything in its path, one way or the other. Just something's got to happen. No, as long as but it can't be too drastic. It can't be trustonomics, because we saw what happened there to the pensions. Yes, Dora. Oh, these dogs are a nuisance. Does anyone want a dog? I've got too many dogs. Did you hear that, Dora? I'm trying to give you away. Are you the only one here? Oh, you are. Okay, you have another one there. Go away. I love you lots, but you know. So anyway, back into the chat. I can chat down here. Yes, Louis de Cat. Oh, do. And all I get in here now is audio. The video's frozen. That happened to me the other day on my other channel. I wonder if I can check that. If I go into that one there, I'm just going to check. Is that everybody? Scroll down, scroll down. Poor old Wally. Is the video okay, or is it gone a bit funny? Because I was listening to feeding my woodworking channel on my through short feed, and same thing on live. It was happening on there as well, which was a bit frustrating. Very annoying indeed it was. So let's just have a quick peek on there. Let's see if it's gone loopy. No, I'm there. Let's see if it's gone. No, that's okay. I don't know, you might need to refresh it or something. Oh, Brian, you going, are you, buddy? You take care, my friend. Alright, that we go. Oh, we should make that a bit bigger. It's a bit small, isn't it? That's it, never feed. That's a bit better. I don't have a degree, but I do have people with master's degree reporting to me. Right, there we come. We're in live chat still, aren't we, here? I can see lots of doggies out of stomach care. We have Clarence. Oh dear. I picked a bad day to quit smoking. Oh crikey, don't do it. Don't smoke. I've never smoked. No. You need Mark's the biggest fan, you need a hospital. What is it? A big building with patients in it. But that's not important right now. I know, like the 40-odd hospitals we were supposed to be getting, we didn't get them. Did we? No. And the food that got revamped, we've got a hospital that's full of acro props. What the hell? And they're all flipping, Pier 500. I'm overpaying, for pretty much everything. It's just nuts. Absolutely crazy. It just don't make any sense at all. It's almost like they've just been playing. It's where Keir Starmer's right, sort of sticky plaster politics, and they've been doing it for so long now, and you can't get any more plasters stuck onto the other plaster. It's all coming to a head. Ronnie Barker story about the handcart on the movie version of Porridge. Very funny. You know what is worth now? Nothing, and it's still he still owes for the handcart, pretty much. Are we going to be like post-war Germany, where you got to have a barrel load of Deutschmarks to get a loaf of bread or something like that, right? Is that how the story goes? They're both fine, both streamed. Oh, cheers, Mad Monk. Cheers, buddy. Looks like Mark's picked the wrong week to quit smoking. Oh, I didn't. I don't smoke. We are going shortly. That isn't her name. What? We are going shortly. Where are you going? Nervous, yes. First time. I have nervous. What? I have nerves lots of times. I have nervous lots of times. What? You taking Shorty for a walk then, Gingers? Take me for what? Oh, I got to take. I got to take your dog for a walk. Artemis, you got to take Artemis for a walk, are you? Your tree's getting big, you know. Oh, troll removed me. Oh, cheers, Mad Monk. It's quite. I can't. I've got a little tiny space at the bottom of the actual short feed, and it's literally all space at the bottom there, and it's like, oh, okay. It's quite hard to see. Sorry. Thanks for that. Larry the cat, not too hard. It might come off. What? It might come off. What might come off? What am I missing here? I've never smoked. It's a quote from Airplane. Oh God. Like autopilot. I'm gonna get myself an autopilot. Inflatable. God's sake. So, something else has been interesting to me just recently. What we got here? That on there. That on there. Move that over a little bit. Oh, there's not so many people. So I've got 33 people watching there and 40 in the short feed. Okay, so all right. How about this? Oh, I'm gonna bring it in here. Oh, what's happened? Scroll them over. I don't shrink down very well. All right, I'm just moving something in the other feed. There we go. I've got to do that, have I? Blimey, let's bring it down. That'll do. There we go.
Has got grounds to go.
Is there something real going on which he has to go out for the first time in his time in Number 10 and make a speech about a national emergency, or is he confecting a national emergency to suit the strategy of the Conservative Party, which is lagging massively in the polls, and they want to sort of seize the initiative somehow by confecting something?
Well, you say confecting, but threats by Islamist terrorists are the dominant threat in the UK, accounting for something like 3/4 of terror threats, far right accounting for most of the others. Sunak has got grounds to go out and make the claim. My concern is
he's done it on the back of the Rochdale by-election, and I presume the events in Parliament. We've had no evidence. If there is a violent threat by any kind of extremist, the police would arrest them. It's against the law, and they'd be charged and sent to jail.
Agreed.
He provided no evidence. And look, the voters of Rochdale have put in a candidate that obviously embarrasses Keir Starmer and Rishi Sunak, and he's fought on and basically Mr. Galloway went on the issue of the failure of either main party to call for a ceasefire. And he was fighting on the Gaza issue, where he's actually aligned with the mass of the British population. Whatever your opinion of Mr. Galloway is. Now, if you want to make allegations that he or Palestinian protesters are being violent and using threats and intimidation, well, they've got to stand them up. And I can see this is a punch on the nose to the cosy Westminster consensus, which is supporting Britain sending arms to Israel, while what the International Court of Justice says may well be a genocide, and we're seeing these awful pictures every day. Now, who are the extremists in all of this?
Well,
Let's just ask that question,
Peter. That is very much the thought that goes round in my head.
Is there something real going
There we go. Sam Coates and Sky. I've actually felt really sorry for Sam's Coates, actually. He looked really, really uncomfortable. No, I accidentally pressed it again. I pressed the button, alright? And, I don't know if you saw this, but it was just shocking. I know you're in the live feed, in the short feed, you can't see this, but you'll be able to hear it.
I'm standing here at George Galloway's campaign headquarters. George Galloway, did you just watch the Prime Minister's speech?
I didn't watch it, but I understood the first part of it related to the Rochdale by-election.
The Prime Minister has just said that your election of you to Parliament is beyond horrifying. What do you say to that?
Well, I can understand how disappointed he is about the by-election. The Conservative Party, which is the government of the country, was crushed, not just by me, but by an independent candidate that no one had ever heard of before outside of Rochdale. So it was a disastrous night for the Conservatives and a disastrous night for Labour. I got more votes than Labour and the Conservatives and the Liberal Democrats and the Reform Party put together, which adds up to a pretty crushing rejection of the two-party system. So I understand why he's alarmed.
I want you to address some of the specifics that the Prime Minister said about you this evening. He said that you backed Hezbollah. Is that true?
I don't know what that means, backed Hezbollah. I oppose Israel's occupation of Lebanon, and I respect the right of people in occupied territory to resist their occupier. And I've done so since Hezbollah was formed and Israel occupied much of Lebanon, right up to the Litani River, regularly bombing Beirut and so on. So I'm not sure what business that is of his, because you much of Lebanon, right up to the Litani River, regularly bombing Beirut and so on. So I'm not sure what business that is of his, because you see,
Hezbollah are a terrorist organisation.
Actually, they're part of the government of Lebanon, a country with which we have sovereign diplomatic relations.
Here comes the bit.
I had this debate with Sky's Anna Botting in 2006. It's quite an epic clip. You should watch it. More than 100 million.
Maybe we should just jump back in time a little bit. Do apologise to those in the short video, but to see this. But this is the clip of George Galloway.
Here comes the bit we've all been waiting for. George's defining moment from Celebrity Big Brother.
Now, would you like me to be the cat?
This was a completely innocent improvisation about a human being communicating in human-animal language with a cat who wasn't eating its food. So I talked to him in cat language, and he responded in a catty nature of some sort.
It was just disgusting. It just gave me the creeps. It was just like a shiver all down me. It was gross.
Good pussycat, yes. Good pussycat.
I honestly felt physically ill.
Good girl. Good girl.
Rochdale, you
Now look, you've still got cream all over your whiskers.
It was so awful on so many levels. And again, just tinged with that. Why is he doing that? Why is he not thinking? What does this look like?
Yes, good protect. Good pussycat, that's better. Oh, what a good kitty.
I honestly thought, thank you, George. Thank you. I could never have destroyed you the way you have destroyed yourself.
Has it been a trying day with all those people coming into the house? Has it? You don't like it when lots of people come in, do you?
Of course it was ridiculous and absurd, but I think his argument would be, well, you know, they asked us to do it, so we did it.
You just like being alone with your mummy at home, don't you?
Maybe he just has an obsession with pussies. You know, I mean, I think a lot of people are obsessed with pussies, and maybe George is just one of those, you know.
I didn't realise quite how deeply Mr. Galloway was going to throw himself into the improvisation, and I was absolutely gobsmacked when I saw the photographic evidence afterwards, which will probably follow me until my dying day.
George Galloway did seem quite shocked when he came out and Davina showed him all the headlines. I'm sure he thought they'd be, you know, front page of all the papers. Isn't George Galloway brilliant? Don't you wish he'd win Big Brother and, like, be Prime Minister and everything?
George, I see you biting your lip nervously there.
Oh, dear.
People will be meowing at him wherever he goes, probably for the rest of his days. You know, when he dies, in his obituary, it will be mentioned. He will never escape from that, and nor should he be allowed to.
It'd be nice to hear his side of the story, wouldn't it? But he'd probably put a spin on it, blame Tony Blair and then bugger off home.
We did invite George to appear on the programme, but unfortunately he was unavailable for comment.
Meow.
Oh dear. Oh, he's never going to live that one down, I'll tell you. I need to put that in my list.
Young people have. They said all these things about me in the by-election. And in the by-election, it was them that got crushed in the democratic process. So I'm not sure why he would reheat it now.
The Prime Minister is saying
talk
that
as if this is God. We're talking about little Rishi Sunak in the fag end of his prime ministership. Don't talk to me as if he's come down from the mount with tablets of stone. The things that he says are somehow meant to awe me. They may awe you, they don't awe me.
A lot of people have just watched what the Prime Minister said. This is your opportunity to respond to what he said. Well, he says that there are forces here at home trying to tear us apart. He is implying you are a divisive figure. You have run an election campaign that has tried to appeal, particularly, not entirely, to one section of the community.
Who won the election? Me or Rishi Sunak? I've got the democratic mandate here, not Rishi Sunak. He didn't even come second. He was lucky to come third. So don't put to me statements made by Rishi Sunak as if I'm supposed to be impressed by them. He don't impress me much.
We at Sky have spent some time today on the streets of Rochdale, and there are people who say that they feel intimidated by people like you and the people that have supported you.
I have just
and they have pointed out that you have concentrated your campaign on foreign affairs, and they worry that Rochdale will not be the winner.
That's my answer to you. Yeah. I was just elected with a thumping majority by the electorate in Rochdale. That's all that matters to me.
So why are there people on the streets of Rochdale today worried?
Well, people voted yesterday, and they voted for me. Why is that difficult for you to grasp?
Why are there people on the streets worried?
There may be people who didn't vote for me who are worried, but the majority, the thumping majority, voted for me. I've got the mandate, and I'm going to the House of Commons with it.
And it's a mandate, you think, to do what? Because there are people that listen to what you say about whether or not Israel has a right to exist, what you say about what many Jewish people think are threatening slogans.
We had this conversation last night. Why are you reheating it?
Because in the light of the Prime Minister's
Don't keep telling me about the Prime Minister as if he was Moses.
Do you not respect the Prime Minister?
Do I respect the Prime Minister? I despise the Prime Minister. And guess what? Guess what? Millions and millions and millions of people in this country despise the Prime Minister. I don't respect the Prime Minister at all.
What are you planning to do next week when you arrive in Parliament?
Well, I'm meeting the Speaker on Monday morning, and then I'll be introduced and sworn in. I'll be escorted by the Right Honourable David Davis MP, former deputy leader of the Conservative Party. I don't know why he would do that if he thought I was the kind of man you're clearly implying that I am. David Davis is one of the great parliamentarians of today and this age. And I'll be taking my seat in the House of Commons and speaking for the people of Rochdale. That's what I was elected to do.
And what is your message also to Keir Starmer?
My message to Keir Starmer is that the skids are under you in scores of Labour seats up and down the country, because you've lost the trust, you've lost the confidence of millions of your traditional loyal voters.
Now, we have now had an election where 2 of the candidates have alleged intimidation. The Prime Minister referenced that intimidation in his address on the steps of...
to the Prime Minister as if that's supposed to impress me. The Prime Minister is the Prime Minister is a rather diminutive, diminished and degraded politician. He made a party political statement. I don't care about Rishi Sunak's attitude. What I care about is that the returning officer, a man of unimpeachable integrity, I'm sure you'll agree, declared it a free and fair election, and me as the winner, and Rishi Sunak as one of the crushed 2 big parties in the state.
So why are two? So why are 2 candidates?
Keep repeating the same questions to me, because I have other people to talk to. So let's make this the last one, shall we?
We've got a party to deal with.
Allegations of intimidation, allegations that your supporters intimidated other candidates.
5 times you've said that. The returning officer declared it last night. You were there as a free and fair election, and me as the winner.
And the Electoral Commission today have said that they're going to look and talk to the parties.
Have to just suck it up. I won the election.
George Galloway, thank you very much indeed. That was George Galloway with his supporters now shouting bye-bye, live on Sky News with his first reaction to the address by the Prime Minister. You can see some of the reaction to the way that George Galloway has responded to the Prime Minister's speech, to that extraordinary Friday night address on the steps of Downing Street. And you can see some of the atmosphere that I think the people of Rochdale have experienced themselves during this by-election over the last few days.
Whistle politics from our establishment politicians.
And you can see the febrile atmosphere and the anger in this room about an hour before a rally, a victory party for George Galloway's election is due to start. And you can hear the raw emotion addressed at other politicians and at others that criticise them. I think you've got in this room a flavour of the politics right now in Rochdale that this constituency has been witnessing for the last few weeks. This will, I think this, and you can see the way. And that, I think, sums up some of the campaigning that we have seen in Rochdale over the last few weeks.
Saved by the bell. Dear me. Right, there's oh, crikey, I can't remember his name now. This young lad, he's done an interview, well, a bit of entrapment really, for Byline Times regarding George Galloway's campaign in Rochdale, and it's quite shocking actually. So I'll get into it in a minute, but I'm just going to have a look at the chat, bring it back round as well, sorry about that. Oh, blimey, these things are sent to try us, that they are. Am I back in the chat there? Up we go, there you go. Right, This guy is losing it. Hello, Zona, hope you're well. Phone box chicken didn't I didn't know. Oh dear. Going backwards as a second. Yep. Going backwards at a record speed. The UK was some more. Turn the microphone up, mate. Or my microphone. How's my microphone? Oh, it's a bit on the low side, isn't it? How's that? Is that better? Microphone. No, it's not. Microphone. Hello. That's it. That's better. Okay, cheers, buddy. Now I've got a dog want to come in. Here you go, Molly. We run out of time, is it? Oh, dear me. Animals. In and out, they do. Blimey. That's about, yeah, cheers for that. Mark's biggest fan. Yep, going back was at record speed. Starmer didn't come out and make a statement. Galloway is no threat to Labour. No, but no, he'll lose that seat anyway. Come next general election, he'll lose it. There's no Labour candidate there, so obviously we're going to have to. Well, had a Labour. Well, it's Ali, whatever his name is. Yeah. There is a Labour councillor being investigated by the police for taking down George Galloway banners. Really? In the middle of the night. Rochdale has the 18th highest Muslim vote in Britain. Starmer should be worried. I think that's the way that Galloway did his campaigning. And if you look, I don't know if you've seen this by Byline Times.
Counts.
Yeah, but Butcher's apron.
What that should mean is they've basically got a list of everyone who's registered to vote in Rochdale, and they've typed in the filter Muslim and gone specifically door to door and given those residents leaflets about the conflict in Gaza. So obviously I asked him why they were filtering the electorate based on religion and doing the opposite of what they told me they were going to do. Hey, so we might head back to get an Uber from here. Before we go, I wanted to do a quick piece. How does it work with the electoral thing here? I don't want to film anyone's name.
Yeah.
But how does it work with this filter
So
that you put on?
So the filter is if they've voted in the generals before, or if they've voted in the locals, or if they've got a postal vote.
But it does say filter Muslim voters.
Yeah, so
is that like
so that's when like this is now actually a generic list because someone's left the title there, but someone's just left that heading on that particular one.
I asked another canvasser in the same team if they were targeting anyone in particular. Is there any strategy at all to who is being canvassed?
From what I've seen, it's just anyone that's fed up with the usual system, anyone that's not a fan of either Tories or Labour.
It's directly misleading. Why lie about it? George Galloway, who has denied doing this rigorously, is in the centre of town, and I showed him what we found. Hello, how are you?
I'm alright, who are you?
This is Byline TV. So you've been accused in the past by various media outlets of targeting and canvassing specifically to Muslim residents of this town. Is that true?
It looks like an
They would say that, wouldn't they? They're all part of the hate machine. They want to turn people in Britain against Muslims. They want to play the victim. The result will be the result.
George
tomorrow.
is the
Maybe these people will be crying at the result. Let's see.
So the final thing, you're not specifically targeting Muslim voters. This is the whole town.
I don't think any of these voters in here are Muslims.
Well, this morning I was with your head of canvassing, and on the front of every sheet, the results had been filtered with the word Muslim. How do you respond to that?
How would I know that? I don't even know what you're talking about. That all went over my head.
Yeah,
filters and this kind of tech is beyond me. You'd be better to ask our campaign manager, James Giles, about that. Forgive me, I need...
What I found today is yet another in a long line of accusations against George Galloway and the tactics that he's been using for years in elections and by-elections across the UK. And whether he wins the by-election or not, it's the people of Rochdale who are going to lose out. Opportunistic and manipulative election tactics don't help anyone in democracy. But not everyone in the town bought what Galloway was trying to sell. What do you think of George Galloway?
He's using Palestine in it to get votes. That's what I'd consider it as. So he is using it because it's happened in the past. He was in Bradford, that he did win, but apparently he left Bradford and he come to Rochdale. So we don't know why he left that either, did we?
Do you think he'll do the same thing here?
He could. If he just after the victory to gain money and fame, he might, because at the moment was Palestine and Gaza going through. Also, all the Muslims are with them in this hard time of need, but he's just using that as an excuse to gain votes. That's how I would consider it as. Because you see his posters, they've got Palestine behind him, until the last moment. I think George Galloway's been hit about a month and a half to 2 months because elections are coming up. But again, that's what they're after. They're after the votes and to win. After that, you never see him again. So if they're not going to do anything good, you might as well not do no harm for us. You might as well not use their name to gain votes.
So using the Palestinian colours as promotional material.
There's something strange going on with George Galloway's campaign. He's been accused of coming to this town to use the concerns of Muslim voters to get himself elected. And it's something he has denied rigorously. He says this is a campaign to win the votes of everyone in the town to help fix public service issues and to clean up.
5 years from now, Britain will be flourishing as never before, and people will look back and wonder why we didn't do this long before. We need to be doing more to take advantage of our Brexit freedoms. Perhaps something has gone wrong, and perhaps this is the time to act. I think that 5 years from now, Britain will be flourishing as never before, and people will look back and wonder why we didn't do this long before. We need to be doing more to take advantage of our Brexit freedoms. Perhaps something has gone wrong.
Yeah, Brexit has gone wrong. Brexit is very, very wrong. And Matt Hooks. We had all the guns, Tom. Oh dear. Could have a revolution. That'd get the land back. That's what you got to do. Revolution. Okay, what's that about? They sold off enough for the land to make sure the Labour can't afford to sort it out. Yeah, we got renationalised, but yeah, we took from HS2.
This is the time to
sold
act.
off lot. Some of the land's been sold off, but not all the properties though. One of those properties is Alexander Boris to Pepple Johnson's father. Yeah, his house. You've got to pay 15 million in compensation because of HS2, and now it's not even going through there now. So makes you wonder, doesn't it? The British Bulldog, yeah. Hello, Zona. Billy Kershaw gone at the general election. Yeah, I think he'd be gone. I think he will. I can't. At the moment, there's no option. Not people don't want to vote Labour because they haven't got a proper candidate, have they? Because of a tweet or something. There is a Labour councillor being investigated. I need to look into that. That's interesting. Typically, taking down George Galloway partners. All right, then we come. It was a Labour failure to vet candidates properly rather than a Galloway. Yeah, it's kind of what's. That might be how Labour gets in the first place. It's going to be, the next general election is because by default. I don't know if they've earned it. It's just that the Tories are so shit, And people say, okay, if they're shit there, what else choices have we got? Well, SNP. I don't know. Not in England. But what other options are there? Liberal Democrats? Who wants to vote for Liberal Democrats after the coalition government, And bedroom taxes and stuff. No one wants to vote for that. So they're getting by default. So I'm not confident unless we see something really positive happen with Labour in, and people feel a positive change in their pockets. Maybe less of the erosion of the middle classes. Maybe. I don't think they'll be in for long. Or people just won't vote. People won't go to the ballot. I'll just say, sod this, I've had enough of this, like. I voted for the last lot, I voted for this lot. And they're all just as bad as each other. Have I got a dog again? Oh, great, another dog. 3 dogs. All commit different dogs. Come on, in you go. Sit now. You'll be trapped in the house. So I'm having to subject people to my butcher's apron on my chair. Right. Jeremy Hunt's budget will be broadcasted on Comedy Central. Yeah, possibly. But I don't know what he can do. I just... he's got no money. That extra bit of dough that 20 billion was, they said they had, isn't there anymore. It's gone down to about 6 billion. Spare cash. They haven't got enough money to make a difference for people. It's just... It's going to be... And what they're planning to do is just going to make it harder for those who are already struggling. Not the rich people, not the rich buggers. Why can't we just make them pay a little bit more tax? You know? What about, I don't know, selling off all the sanctioned assets and stuff, you know, the Russians, all those ships. Just no idea. All Labour has to do is oppose austerity and anti-freedom policies, and they'd win a landslide. Starmer can't even do that. No, because he's sucked up to the right, isn't he? Middle ground to the Conservatives, basically. Conservative voters. He's trying to gain them instead of actually having any moral backbone. He's just done what he felt to do. He's pretty much done what George Galloway's done. In many ways, it's tactical. It's not for the benefit of the people or the country. I don't think so. But what choice have we got? I can see lots of dogs. Thanks, Alice. Don't care. Mark's the biggest fan. Everyone media is ignoring all the free port things. I've done several videos on the free ports in the past and how they. Oh crikey! What's the name of the company now? Saudi Arab Emirates company, the company that sacked, who owns P&O Ferries, sacked all those people. They're getting contracts, aren't they? Serfco's getting contracts regarding these free ports. And the fact they're not, they're turning into mega cities. Have you seen the size of some of these, the proposals? How much area they're actually going to encompass? They're going to encompass residential as well as industrial. I don't know if I'd be happy about my house ending up in a free port. Personally, this feels wrong. It doesn't feel wrong, it is wrong. Your money is in Sunak's trust in the Cayman Islands. Yeah, pretty much. Pirate ports. Pirate ports. Need a Jack Sparrow, that's what we need. Yeah. And his compass. Yeah, and the Black Pearl. You know, I've been on the Black Pearl. Well, on the mast of the yeah. The Black Pearl's mast. Yeah, anyway. Because you know the Black Pearl in Pirates of the Caribbean, that ship actually sunk in the end. That was turned into a restaurant, the one that was in the film. But the mast was on that boat. If anybody knows saw when I was down on Ginger Island with Graham Hughes, and we went on that pirate ship. The pirate ship was actually all steel. They're not generally steel, are they? But it was steel. But the mast on it was actually the one used on the ship that was part of the film, the Pirates of the Caribbean. And it was the Black Pearl's mast. You know, the square rigger. But the Black Pearl's actually sunk. I think you're wrong, Mark. Labour will make a change. I'm not saying they will make a change. There's definitely be changes. I don't think they can do enough, though. I don't think they can do enough. Unless you accept the thing that's actually causing the I don't think it's going to. They're going to be fighting an uphill battle if they don't actually. I think they've got the will I think they've got the will to do it, but I don't think they've got. I don't think their policy's going to be right. I don't think that. Well, make Brexit work, for instance. That's how can you make Brexit work? There is no making Brexit work. It was the whole concept, the whole idea, the idealism of it is just broken on the outset. It's just never going to work. It's impossible. You can't shut yourself off from your nearest trading partner and expect to be financially better off. It just doesn't make any logical sense whatsoever. And you have important stuff from further afield now. We've got vegetables that last a day. And so you get them home, put them in your fruit in your fruit bowl, and it's rotten. And you've got the farmers. They're what are you going to do about the farmers all protesting at the moment because they've been screwed over. Well, okay, they voted for it, but they've still been screwed over. I can see improvement. Of course, they're going to make improvements. It can't be any worse, can it? And you've got to be flat on your face, and then the only way is up there, isn't it? But I don't see big enough changes, not to make a real difference. When you look at the detail, ECD, you look in on office budget responsibility as well. There we are. And you look at all these things, this weighing down on the UK massively, and there don't seem to be any, like, olive branches. Yes, phrase, olive branch. There's no olive branches. I don't see them anywhere. Where's the positivity in it all? We need to be positive, and we need to see, we need to see something on the end of the horizon, what have you, so we've got something to aim for. But everyone is struggling. Well, more people are struggling than they ever did before. More people in food banks. But how 2 million now food bank parcels are handed out each year? Got a million kids sleeping on the floor. It's just can't remember it being so bad. Not my lifetime anyway. Before maybe. Make a Brexit twerk. A twerk? What's a Brexit twerk? What is it? Okay. They're having backroom deals with the EU, Marcus. Come on, mate. Even businesses are wanting it. What? They're having backroom deals with the EU. Just wanting backroom deals don't mean to say they're going to materialise into anything. Unless they're saying, okay, then we're going to be in the, I don't know, in the single market or something. But can you imagine the uproar from that? Oh, I told you so. Labour's going to take us back into the EU. The right wing will rise again. And don't forget, the 2019 vote was the turn of the red wall. A lot of them people voted for Brexit. They won't be very happy. And they're the ones who be voting. A lot of them will be the ones voting for Labour this time. The only reason they voted for Conservatives last time was because they want the Brexit. Just want the Brexit, they said. That's pretty much it, But now, they want something for the money. They want to see changes. So they're not happy with these Tories. Boris, although some of them say, well, we can bring back Boris. He'll sort it for us. Yeah. I know he's a liar, but he's human. Or something like that. It's madness. I think it's madness. The EU is and has been working very hard to extirpate any and at all influence of the UK inside the EU in order to just move out of the way when the UK falls. I don't think the UK is going to fall as such. I think it's going to be in a pretty bad place. But you know what it'll be? The UK is not going to fall. It'll be just all the people at the bottom are going to struggle. It'll be in more poverty. I don't know. I think it's frightening though. What's going on? Have I missed something here? What have I missed? Why is Alistair cares? Message retracted. Oh, message retracted. What's happened? What have I missed here? Robocop. Megacities. Run towns, cities we don't need. Robocop or Judge Dredd? Or you talking about OCP, aren't you? Robocop. Caroline Lucas made... Oh, crikey, she was brilliant. Did you see her? She was... we need more... She's stepping down as well. Caroline Lucas of the Green Party. She's stepping down, unfortunately, and she's one hell of a politician. She really is. And a decent person. That's what we need more of. It's these people who just want to feather their own nests. Like this flipping numpty. You know. And okay, don't forget this one as well.
That is a disgrace.
Yeah. Liz Truss in her port. But that's a disgrace. They are not offering a change, though. They're not offering a change, though. That is what is voted on. So I don't understand. Yeah, Caroline Lucas was brilliant. I just see that. Tonight on Novara. Oh, Gary. What Gary Economics? I ain't seen him for ages. Is he still a thing? There's a young... was he a market trader originally? Gary Economics. Yeah, I think he was a market trader, and he does. I think he's quite a biggish channel now, isn't he? He used to be quite a small channel. I think when I saw him, I was thinking about 5,000 subscribers. I think he's got considerably more now, so about 150 odd now, I think it is. I hadn't seen him for ages. I think I saw one of his shorts not that long ago. Come on my feed. So Gary Economics, Economics thinks his surname is Stevenson. It is. Was saying that the Labour might mean our inevitable decline might be a bit slower under Labour. That makes perfect sense. Under the Tories, it's escalating, isn't it? It's just speeding up. It is that snowball. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Yeah, crikey, I need to watch some of his videos. If I remember rightly, he was really good in his bit streetwise, sort of ex-trader. If I remember rightly, he came from a poor family as well, and he just decided that he wanted to make money and what have you, and he did. I think he's worth quite a bit of dough, but he's also down to earth. Yeah, Gary Economics, crikey. I don't think I've watched his videos for a long time. Such an uplifting evening. I don't know about uplifting. We talk about negative stuff. Oh, the economy. Oh, blimey. Make Brexit twerk. Pretty sure they're having backroom deals. Oh, yeah, maybe they are, but like I say, I don't know if it's going to make a lot of difference. EU's got rules. It's a rules-based system. They can't change the rules for the United Kingdom on the basis of what Labour wants or what we want. It just isn't going to happen. Yeah, I think it'll be warmer and it'll be a bit easier to negotiate. But apart from that, we still have to work within the EU's rules if we want to take the benefits of the EU. They can't give us a load of stuff and say we have this, that, and the other, not give it to everybody else, can they? All the mythical creatures have gone. Honest politicians, what are they? Crikey. I think there are. I would say Caroline Nukes is probably one of the honest ones. There are honest politicians, of course there is. There's people generally honest. I've got a thing about Philip and people just constantly lie. I just can't stand them. I also can't stand, though. I can't stand it when people believe the politicians or the Brexiters and what have you because they want what they're saying to be true, even though they probably know it's not. And they just want it to be true. Whether it be racism, less brown faces and stuff like that. No, less brown faces at the supermarket checkouts, was that, or something on James O'Brien's, and we called in about all the brown faces at the checkout, want them gone, that's why I voted for Brexit. All those kind of idiots. But there are some of them honest politicians, and it isn't Daniel Hannan either. No. God, these people cause so much damage with their Brexit. It's not over yet, is it? Gary has just released a book telling his story, part of why he was on the vote. I say, okay, excellent. He's done the book. I imagine it'd be a pretty cool read. Although, if I remember rightly, he was. Actually, I think he's. Doesn't he talk a lot about what I've been talking about tonight, like eroding the middle classes and stuff like that? I don't think I watched his videos for about probably 6 months or over. Well, they might have seen what odd one in a short feed or something, but I can't remember. So now the cat. Liz Truss should be kicked out of Parliament for saying Joe Biden should be kicked out of the United States. I can't tell how angry I am. I think Joe Biden needs to be. I think he needs to step down and have someone put in his place because he is a little dodgy. I think he's all up there, but he is a bit dodgy and he's going to be used in an attack, and that's just going to erode the Democrats. We need someone strong in there, don't they? All the American people do, I should say. But there again, could you imagine it if Trump gets in again? I'll tell you what he needs to do. He needs to do an IQ test before he goes in, though, to be fair.
Welcome to the Brexit, sir. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
That was the wrong button.
like you'll go person, woman, man, camera, TV.
Oh, damn it, man. Yeah. Did he get extra points? Mad Monk, thanks, and I didn't do it. It also doubled my... It also doubled my comments, I see. Oh, okay. I have added into the settings a load of words that are not allowed. Banned words. So if you use those words, likelihood it's not going to show what they post or something. I don't know how it works. Lee Corman, buddy. 2 hours and counting. Is it 2 hours already? Crikey. Blimey. Should I do 7? Should I beat my record? Do you know that in the short feed? I've done a 7-hour live stream. I haven't done quite a marathon yet, but it's quite a long 7 hours. Constantly talking like this. It's nuts. No one had an excuse to have a beer, I think. Right. Gary talks a lot about wealth redistribution. I think I agree with wealth distribution. I don't agree with just taking. I don't agree with that. I personally, I feel that's just theft. But I agree with actually forcing them to spend it. So it re-enters the economy. Like buy stuff from ordinary people. Go to the village store and buy a load or do their shopping. You know, that's what I've got to get them to do. It's just spend the money locally so the local people get the money, and then it gets fed back to the economy, and ordinary people can feed their children, you know, and keep roof over their heads. Instead of it just going to one corporation or maybe 2 or 3. You know, they're just getting gobbled up left, right, and centre. I remember when I was doing our radio station a few years back. I was at Sony BMI, whatever. When they were about to become one company. And the who was it again? The competitions. Basically they wouldn't let the sale go through, which was the right thing because it would have been only one company left in the UK. Oh God, what's that called? Oh, come to me think that. I'd love hours. I'd love 2 hours counting with Hoarded. Oh, would you? What, with Carol Vorderman? Oh, I've got to love a bit of Carol. I do love Carol Vorderman. I think she's a great person and one hell of a campaigner at the moment. Although sometimes I wish she'd get her audio right there, and sometimes I need to turn mine on. She was doing something with Byline Times the other day, and it sounded like she was in a tin can. I don't think she had the microphone on. But no, Carol Vorderman, she's brilliant. I'm downloading the chair now. Why are you downloading the chair? The problem is, it comes down to a handful of purple states who lean red. Yeah, and one giant one as well. I don't think the problem is leaning red. These Republicans aren't Republicans. It's just like these Conservatives aren't Conservatives. We've got Marjorie Taylor Greene. Marjorie Taylor, she's a lunatic. She's an absolute lunatic. How do these people... Oh, that's the same problem we've got in the UK now with the lunatics that we've got. Okay, George Galloway now. You know, lunatics in Parliament. The guy that's got that weird mop on his head. Jack Taylor there. I don't think it will. He will only have... he only has the base. He is making no headway with independents and the Republican women who value reproductive rights. I hope you're right. It's because I forgot what it's called now. Oh, crikey. That thing that ended and obviously lost your rights. But the fact that, like, was it South Carolina where Haley lost and obviously Trump won, but they're pushing for the death penalty for women who terminate, illegally terminate their babies, but they're not babies, they're abortions, even their little fetus, and then they call them for the death penalty. That's just insane. She's like 63, and by Odin's beard, she is a smart and good-looking woman, and she keeps herself in shape, and she's got one massive brain. I tweeted her, right, and I said, oh, she tweeted something on there, and I responded, and I said, the essence of it was that, oh, this is the time that Sean Bailey made that comment, basically misogynistic comment. I said, I had big boobs and butt and a massive brain. Love you, voters. I got a like from her anyway, so I'll keep that with all prosperity. Why have you got 2 live streams on the go? Well, I've got a vertical live stream. So those of you in the ordinary live stream, think of shorts and this one here as 2 separate things. So obviously the people that come in via the shorts, the feed, you've fed it, it's been put in front of you. Whereas the horizontal one, effectively you've got to click a link or whatever, or it comes into your you've got a notification. I mean, it's not the same. So yeah, short feed, you see, straight onto the mobile phone. So yeah, that's why we've got 2. You get different people enjoy live streams in the shorts feed than you do in the horizontal feed. But the problem with the short feed is it doesn't allow me to add stuff into it. Now, I found on my woodworking channel, I prefer doing it in the short feed because the majority of my subscribers come from the shorts, so it makes more sense. Plus, I can take the phone around with me for when I'm doing stuff, because I could really do it for spending a little money in there, which I haven't got, so I can't do it anyway. So I want to put multiple cameras in the workshop. I can't do it at the moment. I made a bread and butter pudding twice this week, just for austerity's sake. Bread and butter pudding's lovely. Do you know what else do? I put French stick and soup. It's just, and it's like these gooey bits of bread, like dumplings in the. It's really good. Who we on about? Can we badknock? What? Oh crikey! Not Kenny Badknock, the trade secretary. What good is she? She's useless. She's still trying to make it out of Brexit. She did a report on Brexit, all the benefits of Brexit, and how great it was. And none of it rung true. These people just lie, don't they? Vicky, hello Vicky Clay. Oh, you well? Oh, Gillian to drive his spanners mad. Oh. You get it shorts and normal format. I mean, both, yeah. I'm multitasking, okay? I'm looking at the old chat feed down there. We've got EU citizen here. Pedro, hello Pedro. The whole world is watching the US. I know, because it affects us all. You see? We're all affected by the US. It's just because it's very. It's just the US. It doesn't matter. No, it does matter. It matters greatly. They have so much power. Are you British? Sorry. Actually, I'm English. I don't want to defame the Scots. I'm Norfolk. Horace Yates. Hi. Can I have? No, I'm not doing shout out. Sorry, I'm not doing that. And I don't really want to be doing that kind of politics either. It's not what the channel's about. Are you like Black Pum Pum? What? I do get some funny comments in the short feed, you know. Bizarre. The vicar. We need to be more Brexity, and then everything will be fine. I know you've been facetious, you sod. Oh dear. Wide man on the right. I didn't understand what's going on. There we go. I have or never have had any interest in politics, but I honestly feel that the only political person I have had any understanding of is Nigel Farage. Okay. You can relate to Nigel Farage. Was it when he took his shirt off on GB News? Is that when you can relate to him? Is that, yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying. Nigel Farage, but I told someone that, and they said I was racist. Sorry, I should laugh, but that. Maybe that was a little unfair, but you know. I'm just responding to someone in the short feed. I have to admit that was quite funny. Nigel Farage is not what he's a George Galloway. He's a fake. He's just fake. He's a self-publicist. He's just snake oil salesman. Do what he can to fill his own boots. Hannon is one of the biggest crooks there is. He is. We love Sunak, but then you got a problem. You got a serious problem if you love Sunak. I wonder if I could bring that into the other feed so people can see. I wonder if that's... Can I do that? Is that possible? Oh! I could share the other... if anyone... Okay, anyway, bring it down. Let's have a look. Pop out chat. Alright, just... Oh, I'm evil. Let's have a look, bring it down. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. Well, that's handy. That's actually handy, actually, to be fair. Handy Harry. Alright, then let's bring in the other... Capture 2. So on Capture 2, yep. And there'll be that one there. I think that's the one, is it? Oh, yeah. Now, this is Capture 2. Oh, it's in the wrong place, but we'll bring it over. Just so you see, this is the live chat in the short. Now I know I can do that. I'm going to do that more often. That's it. It's interesting. Okay. I just brought your chat into that chat. Okay. Oh, hello, Jasper. Tom Finney, do you know your nearest armaments warehouse? No, I haven't got. No, I don't. That's too far up. Let's go down here. Our World Podcast says, where are you located on this planet of ours? I'm in France at the moment. George Galloway. George Galloway. Oh, you're British. I'm Norfolk, mate. Norfolk. Done that already. But this one's quite funny. This one here. Wide man on the right, obviously the right of politics. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to make it out of you. It kind of explains a lot, though. You felt you relate. A lot of people could feel they can relate to Nigel Farage, but Nigel Farage doesn't care about you. He doesn't. He's got no interest in you whatsoever, other than what he can get from you. And if that is political support, that is what he wants. He wants your political support. It says here, I have or never felt any interest in politics, but I honestly feel that the only political person I've had any understanding of is Nigel Farage. But I was told by someone that I was racist. Okay, maybe that was harsh. I don't know you, so that would be a bit harsh. But just don't follow Nigel Farage. He doesn't care about you. He really doesn't. He's an opportunist. Okay, there we go. And it's one of the biggest crooks. The board runner should not be letting anyone see that this does. Okay, what board runner? What's a board runner? What's a board runner? I can't wait until Galloway gets de-hatted in the comments. I have to admit, it was quite funny when he was a cat. You got to admit that was pretty funny. It was painful to watch, but it's like, what the hell? He likes his role play, don't he? You can imagine it. Crikey. I bet you. I bet he wears a nappy at home. You know. And a dominatrix comes in and tells him off and stuff, you know, and tickles him and stuff, you know. Changes his nappy, but he messes it. Oh, blimey. I know where all the military bases... Okay, I don't. Where all the military bases... Oh, wait. Okay, that's way up now. Way up. Okay, let's move that one out of the way then. Let's take this one. So in live chat, they have a live chat now. I'm quite happy I can do that though, because I can see it now. You sod! Oh. You know our rebel, because you know the rebel in the chat, yeah, Top Smoke. ALLSHORTS had to move to France. He was chased out of Norfolk for marrying outside his family. He's trying to make out that all us Norfolk folk are all inbred, you see, that we all, you know, we make out with our brothers and sisters and stuff. He's a cheeky fella. Like he is. Right. There we come. 118. What's that? 118, Doc? 118. What's that little guy with the funny shorts on? Is that him? Vicky T, I have both chats open on the screen, and it's the mainstream that got most of the chat. Yeah, the people in the shorts, you don't get that much in the way of chat in the shorts feed. I notice you don't on the woodworking one either, but you get more views. And it gets fed to more people. It's just different. It's different. I was talking via chat to a YouTube coordinator, and he was saying the reason why they brought the live feed in is to make it more accessible to more people who do, like if they're like run and gun type live streams and stuff, which I get. That makes perfect sense. You could count all those insults on both web feet. You try to say I've got web feet now? Oh, blimey, all these insults, look. You'll make me cry, you will. The biggest, fakest politicians: Nigel Farage, George Galloway, Boris Johnson, Richie Shue, poison oil, Richie Shue, poisoned oil snack, boring letters, no trust, pretty bad pastel, and Leaky Sue. Oh, the horrible people. Well, you missed one, didn't you? What about Jacob Rees-Mogg, for instance? What about Kemi Badnock? I can add that into your list. Scrolling up. Red wine and good drugs, more like. Oh, that sounds like fun. I think George is a secret furry. What? He's a pussycat, okay? He's a pussycat. He likes pussy. He likes to purr. Yes, doomed. I am Vigo, the sorrow of Carpathia, lord of something like that. Come. Has Ghostbusters taught you nothing? Vigo the merciless shall rise. What the hell's going on up here? Who started this? Never cross the streams. Oh god, here we go. I'm literally looking at both of them here. I got Soros. Oh great, there we go. Oh. What? Mad Monk's laughing at Top Smoke, taking the mick out of me. What shall I do in revenge? Oh, maybe I will do. Oh no, don't be silly. No, don't be silly. I wouldn't do that. No. Oh dear. This little fat Chinese kid, he's around the circles at the moment. It's a Mad Monk. It's for you, Mad Monk. Alright, okay, go. There we go. Two main parties. I know, that is a problem. Buddha boy, that's who he is. Ghostbusters. Yeah. What's it, asymmetric book stacking? Maybe. Incest, a game for all the family. I fit in quite well there in France, with all the farmers and stuff. I'm sure they're fairly incestual. They all look the same anyway. Right, where are we now? Oh, crap. I just got to shut this. Okay. I'll bring you around. There's just something I want to show you. Okay, not that one. That's chat. Chat. What am I doing there? What's wrong? That's the wrong one. It's that one. Here we go. Alright, just for a bit of fun.
What do you think you're doing?
It's none of your business. I'm eating my lunch.
That's a happy meal.
Yeah, I'm not very happy now, thank you. What's your point?
Why are you getting a kid's meal?
It's the cheapest thing on the menu, but it's not really any of your business, is it? I'm trying to have my lunch.
Sorry, where are your children?
Who said this is for children? It's a happy meal.
I just, this man has just come in and bought a happy meal.
And what's wrong with that?
Where have you put the kids?
What do you mean where have I put the kids? It's for me.
Where's your car?
What kind of question is this? Why are you asking me a million questions? So, what have I done to you? What have I actually done to you?
I just find it a little bit suspicious that you've gone into McDonald's and bought a happy meal and you don't have a kid.
You find it suspicious that I've gone to McDonald's to buy a Happy Meal?
Yeah.
And I don't have a kid? How is that any of your business?
I think she's eating her kids.
What papers? Who reads the papers? It's 2024.
Okay, do you not read the papers online?
Okay, but who cares what I read online?
All these people going to this weird island for all these kids. Now suddenly you're just going to get my happy meal.
You're talking about Epstein's Island?
Yeah.
What's that got to do with my Happy Meal? He might have a Happy Meal there. You're not stopping him. I'm working for myself and I'm hungry and you're disturbing my lunch.
I'm sorry, but that ain't a lunch.
Because I'm having a Happy Meal.
I've got my eye on you. So as Neighbourhood Watch, that's what we're there for.
No, look. What are you talking about? Why can't I have a Happy Meal?
Buying Happy Meals for children and just seeing where the children are.
Listen, not that it's any of your business, but this is all I can afford. Yeah, it's the cheapest thing on the menu. I need a full meal.
Because there's a saver menu and it's 99p.
Is that right?
Yes, this is right.
Well, this is what I wanted. I chose to have this.
The little toy.
Maybe I got a book. Maybe I got a book. Maybe I got a book.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's your excuse, is it?
It's not an excuse. It's my lunch. There's no excuse for having lunch. I can do whatever I want.
We'll be going in. We'll be looking at the cameras, or we'll be making a note of your car and seeing exactly where you're going and what you're doing. I'm just saying,
And who are you here with?
I'm with Neighbourhood Watch.
Yeah? You just left your kids inside there to come and complain about me and McDonald's.
I can see them. I can only through the window. How do you know that I have kids? Why are you looking at my kids? Are you joking?
Are you crazy? You're actually
kids are
crazy.
perfectly happy
I
at
saw
my
your kids were crying in there when I was waiting for this about 5 minutes.
Get your eyes off my kids.
I'm trying to have my eyes on my meal. You get your eyes off my Happy Meal and let me be happy, eat my meal in peace. You filming me as well?
Obviously, I need to get the evidence.
You're crazy. Evidence of what? A man trying to mind his own business to eat his Happy Meal. It has made you unhappy. My Happy Meal has made you unhappy. Do you know how stupid that is? Don't just stand there and stare at me. Let me eat my lunch in peace.
We're watching.
I bet you are. Crazy woman.
She's alone. Oh, they're about, you know. We've got a real Republican, we have. The crazies. They're crazy. Blimey. There's some weird people about, you know. They're everywhere. They walk amongst us, they do. Well. Oh, dear. Phone it comes. Have I got the right one in? That's right, yeah. Call the police on her. I can do something to her. I'll tell you something. Crikey. Call just visual police. Something. She's a scary looking person. She ain't got no kids. She's eating them. It's obvious. The Tories literally gave Russian oligarchs 3 weeks' notice of sanctions, and the UK still breaks those sanctions. And the British government suppressed and still censors the Russia report. We're also buying Russian oil anyway for India. This is probably fake, but that is one reason some gamins beat up around her hair and are barred from restaurants and bars. Her kids are emaciated. So they live about. They're amongst us. They live amongst us. Hang on, just let's move that up a bit. Oh, I'm missing. There we go. That's how you clean. That's how clean is your house, woman. Oh, crikey! And she got a bit weird, but she's a bit weird, isn't she? She's a Brexiter, isn't she? What was her name? What's that? She's a loon. Oh. She does look like it, but you're right, yeah. I wouldn't have engaged with her. I'd try to put it down. I use a tranquilizer dart or something like that. Or maybe an elephant gun. I don't know. Deal with that one. Blimey. What kind of man trap? I would have just told the large woman to go away. And not so many words. She didn't want to go, did she? She's persistent. She thought there's something fishy going on. Yeah, maybe he had a fillet of fish. I don't know. They live. It's a great movie, by the way. Okay. I love the fillet of fish out in meal. Do you know what? The fillet of fish used to be. The thing about fillet of fish that you always got to wait for it. There's no fast food fillet of fish, is there? It takes 7 ages, and it's tiny now. Little tiny squares, like a square fish finger. And the McDonald's Happy Meal fish fingers used to be like proper fillet fish fingers, and now they're like that grey fish. You're getting like budget fish fingers now. This is rubbish. Was it Kim? Oh, Kim. That's it, Kim. That's it, Kim. From How Clean's Your House. That's it. Yeah, she's gone completely bonkers, she has. Aaron Bushnell, news blackout. Come on, folks. We ain't seen someone's set themselves in fire since the monk. What? Some Saffron Row. That guy did. He set himself on fire. Somebody was. Who was it now? Oh, Fox. Lawrence Fox was rather had put a horrid regarding some guy who the protest regarding. Anyway, he set himself on and he died. Actually, another person did the same outside an Israeli consulate in. Oh, did they? Or set themselves alight? God, news blackout there. I don't want to be public. How clean is your house by the Bee Gees? What? Billy Kershaw, I've seen it on the news, but they don't show the footage of it. Nobody wants to see someone killing themselves. Obviously not. No. The Middle East has. Oh, the Middle East has a video, do they? Okay. She's a happy kids meal racist stalker, says Miller. We have progress though. McDonald's are no longer the biggest fast food outlet in the UK. Oh dear, it's food banks. Unfortunately, that's probably true. God, shocking. Reconstituted meat, it's like the washings of the floor, or I don't know, done with the pressure washer off the bone or something stupid. I don't know, whatever it is. Very much meat. Have you seen? Last time I had I used to like a Big Mac years ago, but these days they're so skinny. They're so tight. The little patties are so skinny now. There's nothing to them. And since COVID, was it COVID or was it? They got rid of all here in France. They got rid of the boxes used to have. I don't know what it's like in the UK. And some places do like plastic boxes, which you give back something. And now they're just wrapped in paper. But they look smaller. I'm sure they're smaller. But, you know, I avoid my plague. And always cold. What is it about McDonald's? It's always cold, never hot. Does she follow Andrew around if he finds a Happy Meal? Or is that a nonce burger? What? Maybe. We've got 4 royals now, none of them doing their job. There's 11,000 a day they're paid each. Something like that. It's crazy. You know, so what's going on there? We know that the king has got cancer, but is it more serious? Is it very, very... Oh, cancer's always serious, obviously. Is it really, really, really serious? Is he, you know... I don't know. They said something to his prostate, even though he had his prostate op, what have you. Camilla said, "No, I'm not doing anything now. I'm not. I don't want to work now. I'll just take the money. I'll just take the money." And then we got Catherine, whatever her name is. I don't like her at all. Don't like William either. There you go. What's happened to her? Well, she what's that? You know, you'd think that they'd actually want to come clean and actually tell the public what's going on, because everyone's speculating, you know. And some of the speculation I've seen has been quite cruel, you know, and quite hard. Don't get me wrong, I've got no respect for them whatsoever, but I wouldn't, you know, wouldn't wish them dead or anything like that. You know what I mean? Although, you know, 7 grand they saved, I suppose, but yeah, that's not a reason. Obviously, just don't pay them. So what's happened to them? Where are they? Where is the royal family? Why aren't they doing their job? If they're not doing their job, well then quite frankly, they should give us a reason why they're not doing their job. If you said, "Oh, I'm not coming to work today," you'd have to give a reason, wouldn't you? But they're not giving a reason. They just keep it themselves. And it's private, they say. It's not private. Not when we're paying you. I always get a vegetarian option in McDonald's, and they have to make them special. So always freshly cooked. I don't go there very often, but I do love the fries. You love the fries? I hate... Oh my God. Do you know what? If you... I put a review on McDonald's. This is during COVID, mind. And I had some fries at McDonald's, and they were black. They look like... They're all black and spotty. All the chips were all spotty. And it was literally carbon. They hadn't changed the oil. So maybe they couldn't get the oil for whatever reason, you know, because obviously war in Ukraine and all that. But they hadn't changed the oil for God knows how long. I complained. I went back and said, "No, that's how they are." No, they're not. They're all spotty. I mean, it's like someone chucking a soot over the top of them. They're ridiculous. Practically inedible. And they were really greasy, because obviously the oil was old. So, you know. I was not impressed. So I put it on Google Maps with the pictures, about 10 of them, of fries, spotty fries. Bugger them. Yeah. Catherine's got. I don't know what you're saying, mate, because you say a lot of stuff, Top Smoke. I don't know what's true and what isn't, so I'm not going to repeat that one. I don't really want to do that. I tried fast food and could not digest it. And I tried more than one time, not to criticise those who need to eat, but I prefer buying some bread. Do you know what? So do I. A baguette. I'm in France after all, you know. It's fantastic baguettes here, and just some jambon cru, a little bit butter maybe, sometimes just mayo, and some jambon cru. I'm happy with that. It's like Parma ham, jambon cru. It's basically curd ham. So it's the French version of Parma ham, really. Could you give us an unbiased assessment of Labour's chances in Scotland? What? Top Smoke? What? You expect Top Smoke to give you unbiased? You're hoping, aren't you? Well, hello, Riff Guthrie, I hope you're well. Sick note, Charlie forgot to get his sick note. I would never be able to forget mine. Oh, but I know how to make pizzas and a lot. Excuse me, we've got a big old bread oven here. Lee Corn's seen it, and I could fit probably 15 pizzas in it. But what I've done is now I've actually reduced. I put some fire bricks in it, so it's smaller. Just took long to heat up, you see. So it's just so nice. You get so flipping hot, and you're on the stone as well, and it's just. I want pizza now, but not shop bought pizza now. Going up, going up, going up. Well, back over here. What did Billy Kershaw say? Signal Charlie. Let me come. Billy Kershaw 0 in my voting booth. Okay. Wendy's still got square burgers. Why do we have square burgers here? In France, all the burgers are square. They're like an oblong shape. I'm sure Lee Corn can confirm that. But they're all we don't have round burgers. They're all oblong. I don't know why they're oblong, but they're oblong. So we have square burgers. But not if you go to McDonald's. They're round. Mama said a lovely. Mama said lovely people suffer while they make evil people last. Yeah. Well, they put more wires and pipes into them and they last longer, don't they? We can't afford all those wires and pipes. And the NHS is suffering. So there's already conspiracy theories around why Catherine hasn't been seen for so many of them. Everyone speculates, don't they? And none of it's true because no one knows. So it's guesswork. One of them would be right, but which one? Pot luck, isn't it? I back you up in the Professor Tim Wilson's comment today. Oh, Professor Wilson, he voted Brexit, he did. Oh, he's a bit of a character, that one. I quite like him, actually. He's quite a nice guy in some ways. In other ways, I don't always agree with what he says. But there you go, he won't agree with me, will he? So there you go. They still deny about half the population's wishes, and we don't forget holding hands with Tories, and we don't forget holding hands with Tories in 2014. Who held hands with Tories? Labour's. I see. Yeah, regarding the referendum, Indie Ref 1. Well, you lied to, weren't you, regarding Brexit for a start? You know, you might have pushed that through. I would never have said this before, but Scotland, you know, I want Scotland to get its independence. Sorry, it upsets you, but I do, because they've been shat on. And it's got me to understand that it's not my Scotland, you know. Just like I live here in France, this is not my France. I'm very fortunate I live here, but it's not I'm not French, you see. Not yet. One day, baby. I always loved Arby's. What's Arby's? Is that another burger place? We used to have. Oh, crikey, it's called again. There's a burger place in Norwich. It's not there anymore. And it was run out of a caravan. It's like a 50 style, you know, burger joint. And they used to put the burgers in foil and they do with horseradish. That thing was to die for. I'm sure beef don't taste the same anymore. Is it me, or was it just a bit bland? Marcus, they sound like Lauren's sausage patties. And now I'm getting hungry for them, says Alistair. Damn. Catherine was in hospital for 2 weeks. Actually, to be fair, Topspoke, my wife was saying that today as well, because that was come up in the news about mother-in-law. Catherine's mother-in-law, that is. Camilla. And the count was saying that she had had an operation. It's got to be fed some very serious for 2 weeks. But there again, they just kept them longer, but I don't know. Arby's is roast beef. Oh, there you go. I didn't know that. Who has read the Macron report? Will realise why England cannot let Scotland go. It's suppressed for over a decade. It's been suppressed for over a decade. They're doing everything they can to make it so Scotland can't leave, or make it harder. I didn't get stuck into Portuguese food when I visited last year, but I will if I go again. You got the local cuisine. You always got the local cuisine. What gets me is when I see so many people, they're just heading down to McDonald's because there's something they're familiar with. And it's like in the supermarkets here, yeah, you can pretty much get everything you need here in French supermarkets. You don't have to. You can't now anyway because of Brexit, but regarding like Mouse to House and stuff like that, you spend all your food on Tesco's. It goes to a distribution place, and then they would then bring it to pickup points in France. People are desperate for English food for some reason. What the hell are you buying that for? You just buy these, Just silly. Why is cottage pie named that? I don't actually know. Why is cottage pie called cottage pie? I know my relatives in Bavaria these days. Ooh. Germany. Her sausage is taken so seriously. The name of the farm that they come from is on menus at a lot of places. That'd be pretty cool, actually, to have more information regarding the exact origin of the meat that you're eating. Instead of, it might frighten you, actually. It'd be, I don't know, not be from, I don't know, African swine flu pork. Could everyone give a big shout out to who's Zebediah Thomas? Oh, what? I didn't know that, seriously. One of the subscribers to the channel, and I do speak to him quite a bit actually, who's Zebediah Thomas, has had a stroke. More than a week ago. Oh, crikey, I didn't know. I'll send him a message. Blimey. You never know, do you, what's around the corner? You really don't. I'm gum. Cottage pie is made with beef, and shepherd's pie is with lamb. Well, there you go. Lamb's so expensive, though, isn't it? Crikey. Poor little lambs. I had sheep here, you see. So I wouldn't eat lambs, no. They're too cute. At the same time, every day they run around the field and they jump over each other and have way of a time. They're such little characters. What did I just miss? There we come. Yeah, that is handsome. I didn't know. Do anyone know what how big the stroke was, or was it? That's very worrying. Different meats, pretty much. Okay. There are farms near me who have stores on their premises that sell their own meat. We've got that here as well, but some. Yeah, we have got it here as well. Sort of like farm stores. Our local meat and our local supermarkets actually supplied by our farmers, just not our farmer, but the farmer just behind us up here. They do a lot of local supplied meat and what have you, instead of going, sourced externally. What? In independent Scotland, all meat shall be labelled Q, and there will be no funny about. Will it be labelled not for the UK? Oh, yeah, well, much for the UK, but not for England. Gamboiling. Right. If anyone is in touch with who, please send me as well. Yeah, I will. I'll send. Is he? Do you know if anyone knows if he's in Discord? I know he's in Discord, but do you know if he's replying in Discord? Okay, I will have a look a bit late after this. Crikey, I didn't know. I don't normally do much in Discord, so you know, I know I do speak to him. I've in the past speak to him in there. I'll send him a message via his YouTube channel actually. Also, I'm a builder in Scotland, and when we get offered a cuppa, the client always asks, 2 and a coo. What? What is coo? As in COO. Gambolling is, I think, the term used for the lambs jump. Ah, okay. All around and over each other. Oh, that's what they call it. Well, that's usually about when the sun starts going down. That's when they used to do it. And big old Ruby, which was a massive sheep that we had, a big old Suffolk, and she was she did these little Westons or whatever. Then there's what we call Suffolk. They just look really bizarre, sort of jumping over each other. She'll break their backs. Right, all characters they were. We had goats as well. No, pygmy goats. Lee Cole, one person that taught, did not have a good opinion of the Americans, and he was very strict on traditions. The thing is, it's a big place, isn't it? It's full of all the, you know, it's like here in France. There's lots, and in the UK and all. There's lots of different people, different dialects, different walks of life, isn't there? You know, some are Brexiters and some aren't. Thanks all sorts, you know. Thanks all sorts. Ah, coo is a cow. So they're saying milk and 2 sugars. Ah, I see. Thanks for that. I live and learn, don't you? When I made it in a bakery, we did it in Neapolitan style. So a soft and thin pasta. Well worked and traditional ingredients. I hadn't tried that. Homemade pizza. Homemade pizza is fantastic. Way better. And I like thin crust pizza. I don't like that thick crust pizza. It's too much bread. Okay, Mark's the biggest fan. We'll get into that one. And okay, the biggest. Not going to. On that note. Anyway, I'm going to call that it. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us here today. Oh, crikey. Right, here we are. There we go. Let's bring it over. Activity. Oh, I see that one there. Format Kraken. Right. Right, okay. Well, it's time for me to go. I'll say toodaloo, you know, but before I do, what can I leave you with? Oh dear, what can I leave you with? Well, you're going to get some Trump, aren't you? Because it's, yeah, because he keeps winning. It's got to be Marjorie in that. It's got to be Marge. Okay, I'll turn you around actually. There you go. Let's bring it back onto Mars. Let's have some Marjorie. Oh, actually, might not be able to see it. Hang on.
President Trump is joining some of the most incredible people in history being arrested today. Nelson Mandela was arrested, served time in prison. Jesus was arrested and murdered by the Roman government. There have been many people throughout history that have been arrested and persecuted by radical, corrupt governments. And it's beginning today in New York City. And I just can't believe it's happening, but I'll always support him. He's done nothing wrong.
Recent polls have shown a fifth of Americans can't locate the U.S. on a world map. Why do you think this is?
I personally believe that U.S. Americans are unable to do so because some people out there in our nation don't have maps, and I believe that our education, like such as in South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere like such as, and I believe that they should, our education over here in the U.S. should help the U.S. or should help South Africa and should help the Iraq and the Asian countries, so we will be able to build up our future for our children.
Thank you very much, South Carolina.
Are you like a crazy person?
Oh, yes. That they are. Oh, dear. Well, I'll tell you what.
The people, my people are so smart. And you know what else they say about my people? The polls. They say, I have the most loyal people. Did you ever see that? Where I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay? It's like incredible.
Unbelievable, people. Unbelievable. They're shocking. Anyway, in the short there, thank you for joining us today. And, oh, hello, David. Hope you're well. And Cooper and Lucifer Morningstar. I'll say toodaloo, you know. So, anyway, have a lovely day to those of you in the short speed. Oh, that one's disappearing. Blimey, these people. They're sent to try us, they are. Okay, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. What can I give you? Okay, how about a bit of pie?
We need to fund the furthest behind first. And for too long, the political debate has been dominated by the argument about how we distribute a limited economic pie. Instead, we need to grow the pie so that everyone gets a bigger slice.
About to go live on Sky News Australia with Paul Murray. I bet they can't believe the circus that is Westminster. Frankly, nor can I.
It's like walking through Hampton Court Maze blindfold, being turned around 16 times and trying to find your way out. I don't think people in Britain were told the truth to start with. Don't think they knew exactly what they were voting for. They were promised something that was completely ridiculous and wasn't economically viable. And then it's gotten so complicated now that I just don't know what's going on.
She packed my bags last night.
Colluded in those efforts.
No collusion. No collusion. There's been absolutely no collusion.
So help me God.
Like, there are more people in this audience who voted for Boris Johnson.
So we get Brexit done.
For the Conservative Party than for any other single party here. So let's have a show of hands, shall we? Who believes Boris Johnson was telling the truth yesterday?
Isn't the sheriff supposed to be courageous, loyal, and above all honest?
See, the bottom line is, I know you like me, and this room is a love fest. I know. See, the bottom line is, I know you like me, and this room is a love fest. I know that. But you have no choice but to vote for me, because your 401ks, down the tubes, everything's going to be down the tubes. So whether you love me or hate me, you got to vote for me.
I think you can't look much further than growth right now. We haven't got any. It's been anemic now for the better part of 15 years and counting.
We face new challenges.
How do you get growth in a responsible way?
It's about
safety in numbers in two senses.
Yes.
There's safety in numbers that you want to be big enough that people have to pay attention to you to get access to your markets.
Numbers, the EU as a bloc, it accounts for a third of the world's trade.
That's the way we grow our capacity to produce as a country. What's sometimes called the supply side of the economy.
The UK economy is going to suffer what we call a negative supply shock, and in fact is already doing so.
Well, I think ultimately this is about expanding how we produce as a country rather than what we consume as a country.
We are a services-based economy.
We can expand the economy either by growing the workforce or by making that workforce more productive. Okay, so on the first, what can we do to expand our workforce? Bearing in mind...
people mugged by reality.
Sophie, our workforce has contracted over the past couple of years by about 500,000 people. That's why we've got 1 million unfilled vacancies. That's why
the UK has slipped down the global rankings of countries involved in the export of goods and services.
Every sector and every region is screaming blue murder about an absence of staff. What could we do?
The only sensible thing now is to actually cut our losses on this and rejoin the EU.
Well, immigration is one safety valve ruled out by both parties, but is
Rightly.
one, given the scale and spread of skill shortages, for not operating migrant labour is a mistake.
There's a growing recognition that leaving the European Union has not delivered the benefits that we were promised.
I think that you're taking some very selective points.
Yeah, but new, but yeah, but new, but yeah, but new.
Nigel's a model, you know what I mean, and he does his little turn on the catwalk. On the catwalk, yeah, he does his little turn on the catwalk. Get him off, Nigel. I'm too sexy for my cat, too sexy for my cat. Poor pussy cat. Oh, too sexy for my love, love's going to leave me.
Yeah, but new, but yeah, but new.
On all the bread or not?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, then we take them off. I'm
Really?
sorry. Yeah.
Okay, can I take off the meat and leave me the bread?
No, everything will be confiscated. Welcome to the Brexit, sir. I'm sorry.
Oh my.
In December, I'll be in Beijing, opening up new